heavy with that. You coming in heavy with that. Hey, all right, let's stop playing around. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Shout out to you, Ab. Shout out to everybody who's pulling up. We got the special guests in the building. Y'all know how we do. Another glorious Sunday. We got Sticks in the background. Got your boy Raymond. Oh, we got DJ. The lady's gonna be pulling up later. Nah, man, we got a real topic today. We got a real good one. So today's topic is something that I really that's real heavy for me. I stand for a few things in life. You know what I mean? I don't talk about too much about what I stand for, but one thing that I do stand for is just seeing my people do better. As a community, as an individual. Shoot, y'all see me all the time. Sometimes, even from my friends, you even hear me. They'll say I'm a little much sometimes. Sometimes I can be a little bit too much on their ass. But I think I do everything out of love. You feel me? So without further ado, we're going to bring everybody on stage. But I just want to say today's topic, y'all see the title, Self-Destruction or False Allies. What hurts us the most? And so what I mean by that is black on black violence or white liberals. And so we're going to dive into the topic. I'm going to have the link in the chat. So if anybody feels free to kind of want to talk and kind of want to give their opinions on the piece, I really do want you to come join and give your 2 cents. Now, we're going to have some rules today because we can't do a lot of finger pointing. Today is a conversation about accountability and change. So for me, the one thing that I ask is, even after the fact, if you're watching this and it's after the fact, if you come into the conversation, and shout out to you, T-Bone Malone, if you come into the conversation, I just want you to ask yourself, are you looking at it from a standpoint of actually having real accountability, or are you giving excuses? That's my only thing when it comes to tackling this topic. Let me go ahead and welcome everybody to the stage. Shout out to you, Raymond.
Heard. What's up, G?
Shout out to you, Sticks. And of course, the amazing in the building. That nigga, what?
My fault. I'm tripping. Hey, I did some research on the shit we was talking about before we hopped on. You right? I can see it on that.
Hey, listen, it's not even. And you know what?
Shut the fuck and it's kind of, don't rub it in. Just take the.
No, I'm not even going to rub it in. I'm not going to rub it in. It's not about conceding. Sometimes it's about learning. This is about learning. This whole discussion that we about to have today is about learning something about ourselves as people. And even if you part of the diaspora, huh?
Nah, my fault. I should have been on mute when I was roasting you. Go ahead though. You were saying diaspora.
I said, even if you part of diaspora, you still got something to say when it comes to this topic, because I think self-destruction, especially when it comes to even African countries and stuff like that, even Haiti and shit like that. You've seen, because they don't call it black. They don't call it black on black violence in Africa or Haiti and stuff like that. It's just violence. You know what I mean? So that being said, like, y'all see it in a different way of y'all own people hurting themselves. And I'm pretty sure y'all got y'all own activist groups in y'all countries that actually condone that shit or will push that shit. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. You correct me if I'm wrong. But there's people that will actually give these people excuses to some of the things that's going on in some of these countries. And so today, what I want to talk about is what's worse for our community. The amount of black deaths that have been thrusted upon us by our own hand, or white liberals that are in disguise, that are acting like they are trying to hurt us, but in reality are pushing us down a path of destruction itself. Shout out to you, OG. This is a real OG.
Absolutely. How you doing, Craig?
It's good to have you, my G.
I like what you were saying. That was powerful. I like what you were saying. That was powerful.
No, I appreciate
You
it,
know who
man.
that
And
is?
I know we've had our differences, and I want to apologize for the last time I spoke to you. I think I was calling you all types of like ad hominems and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because this, like I said, this topic is real. It's a real touchy one. You know what I mean? It can get on your skin. So I just gotta, be a man and just apologize for some things I was saying when we was on Dennis' panel. I think having this discussion last time.
I think no apologies that are ever really needed. It makes good content. I like to think nothing on the internet is real, so I really don't take the ad hominem attacks personally. Despite our differences, you got some very good, strong talking points. I like to chime in on that liberalism the same way when it comes to white gay males. It's still an extension of white supremacy. A lot of times when you look in that community, what they're saying is a white male is still a white male, whether he's gay or not. So he's the first to get the privileges. So what the white gay males are doing are usurping all these other privileges that are meant for all these other minorities. The liberal stronghold on racism and policy is very severe right now. That's why I'm staunchly conservative. I think it's been a huge intermingling of the executive powers and what's going on in the world, almost like a religion. Some of this stuff is worship to the point of a religion. I think that's what's wrong with American culture right now. I think that's really what's holding a lot of people back who would say they're being held back. It's a rigged system.
So you saying that? So are you basically saying that like the white gay male is basically an agenda that's being pushed to pretty much distract from what's going on with us?
Absolutely, because they say that they're a minority, but outside of being gay, they're still a white male. So they still have all the privileges of power and success, but now they're usurping the minority privileges. Shout out, happy Pride. I'm not trying to push nobody's sexuality down. What I'm saying is, once you start allowing the way people self-identify to be treated as a minority, the way as an indemnable trait, a trait that you can't hide, such as kinky hair or black skin or the Jewish nose, you know what I'm saying? Or the fact you pray 5 times a day because of a devout religious preference, you know what I'm saying? These are irredeemable features and characteristics of a culture. Once you start allowing people's sexual proclivity to be viewed as such, you're going to have a railroading of the system.
So, my only pushback to that would be this. How does that make another black man pick up a gun and shoot another black man?
Well, I'm one of the people who believe crime is just a necessary part of society. You are going to have the less thans. To think that you could live in this utopia, this crime-free sphere, when you know what it takes to get certain things, and that certain people don't have what it takes to get, but they still want them. To think that crime will ever go away, that's a foolish endeavor. I think it's a waste. I don't think it should be an increased police budget. I think it should be an increased budget for the arts, a increased budget, and these kids taking field trips and going to see more things.
So that's the thing. We hear that a lot, that, crime is crime and you're never going to hear crime go away and this, that, and the third. I do believe crime is always going to be crime and you're never going to be able to have crime go away. But when it comes to violent crimes and when it comes to murders in particular, our people are at the forefront of that. And it's not being remedied. It's in fact getting perpetuated and pushed onto our own people. And so if that's the case, how is gay resources making other black males continue to perpetuate violence against his own people? How do those two things correlate?
Because I think it's a moving of the goalposts. When resources is the main thing, because again, this isn't a widespread, rampant thing. This happens in particular areas and particular subcultures and communities, mostly in the inner cities. And the biggest complaint is the lack of the resources. But rather than giving them the resources, instead we're going to allocate these resources to self-affirming care. Meaning we're going to do things to help people feel better about being against nature. I think that's just a waste of resources. I think the abolishing of the affirmative action was because it was like, yeah, too many people were abusing it. To say because somebody identifies as a female, but they're clearly male, but that should move them up in job preferential hiring. Come on. What do you mean? How is that affecting the black man that's keeping him impoverished? Are you making the connection I'm making?
My
Or
mic.
is
My
or is
bad.
that too obtuse?
No, I'm making a connection. I'm making my connection. So before we keep going further, first off, I want to kind of go around the room and kind of get where everybody's, stance and viewpoint is. So I guess the question to each person, and I guess let me put up a poll, would be, I guess, what do you think is worse? Black on black violence or white liberals? And driving the well, feel free to come up if you want to come up as well. I'm about to drop that link. But Raimi, you can go first, and then
Real
we'll kind
quick, you talking that talk tonight, boy.
and then we can go around the room.
I think it's black on black violence, because back then, before this whole liberal shit, we used to have the Black Panther Party, which was the which they had like strict laws of protecting the neighborhood, making sure the kids are fed and stuff like that. Until the FBI and the CIA start putting crack and guns inside the neighborhoods and start basically making people go against each other in the black community. So if black people can actually just wake the fuck up and realize that we're stronger together than fucking, fighting each other and trying to outdo each other and, putting each other down, because we're the only culture that actually put each other down. Like, you don't see a country artist going against another country artist. You don't see another country artist dissing another country artist on a country track. You don't see none of that. It's only just the black shit, this gang banging and stuff like that. You don't see no country people gang banging. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy is a cramp. Like you don't see that. Like you don't see that. It's only black. You know what I'm saying? And it's just. And then the liberals won. They got what they wanted. They wanted black people to be retarded, dumb, and go against each other inside the neighborhood.
Very profound.
I just want to add, you left out. They killed them. They assassinated and incarcerated the Black Panthers. So it wasn't like the people who was pushing that just decided not to push it anymore. White liberalism, because the Democratic powers were the powers that be at the time, killed and assassinated them and incarcerated them for life. But some of them are still in jail.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got.
We have political refugees in American prisons because of white liberalism. I'm sorry, didn't mean to interject. I just wanted to. I felt like you were leaving that out. I feel like that's an important part when you use the Black Panthers as your example.
Yeah, I get that.
We're gonna touch on a little bit more. But yeah, we're gonna see where everybody is, and then we're gonna circle back to a little bit. Sticks, what about you, man? What you think is worse? And if you need me to define any term, if you want me to kind of elaborate on what I mean by black on black violence, if you want me to elaborate on what I mean by white liberals, just let me know. I
know what all that shit is. I just don't have as much information to make or give an educated response. It wouldn't be fair to be speaking on my ass on shit I know I don't know shit about. So I can get my feel on it based on the living.
That's what we're here for. I got the statistics. If you need, I can bring up anything on Google and I can share the screen. So at any point, that's why I say, tell me how you feel. If at need point you want to prove some shit, we can always bring up Google. That's what we're here for, bro. That's what the conversation is about. We talking about how we could talk about how you feel too. You feel me? So that's why you here, bro.
This nigga love Google, but based on the information I've gathered so far, I think they both do damage, but in different manners, right?
Mm.
I think like the effects of black on black violence isn't necessarily correlative. Now, they might relate to each other, but they're not exactly viewed and effect. Again, this is based on my research and my own deductions based on the research, but the way black on black violence and preying on each other within the community has affected the community is definitely different from the way outside political factors have affected the community. I don't see it as correlative, even if one does at times have an adverse effect on the other, or is a direct response because of the other, right? Like a good chunk of black on black violence comes from lack of like I can't remember who said it, but one of y'all said it was like lack of resource and lack of it's not just the lack of I don't want to use the word ignorance, but ignorance. But and I don't mean that in a derogatory term. When I say ignorance, I mean so ignorance without any need to further knowledge, right? And that comes from a place of that lack of resource. You know, there's nothing beyond this. You know, it's a sense of like dread to it. Like you can't escape this, so you might as well do what you can given the circumstance, kind of thing. You don't look beyond it. So, and that's just with the black of now. The external factors affecting it, those tend to be deliberate, premeditated, even. It's almost never random or from a place of dread. It's on purpose.
I'm gonna have you
The damage.
elaborate a little bit more in a little bit. So out the two, if you had to lean on it though, which one would you say?
Okay, I couldn't give you one. I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's a
I know they not
one.
the same. Listen, I know. Listen, I know.
Premeditated, powerful.
Listen, I just mean listen.
I mean, I do think it
Gotta
is
give an answer.
premeditated.
So you see the poll that I put up.
I know which one do I think is worse. That's why I said this. Why I didn't want to
What
chime in the
what two
beginning.
choices? What
'Cause
two
I
choices are there? What two choices are there?
You said what?
What's the two choices there? Black on black
Self-destruction or
violence.
false.
Like which of the two choices like to pick from? So which of those?
I would
If you had
say
to pick
if I had to pick,
Yeah,
if I had to pick gun to my nutsack, I'm about to
Yeah.
never have kids for the rest of my life.
yeah.
I would say false allies because I do feel like self-destruction that can be fixed, but the false allies thing, as long as you're in close proximity to your enemy, they will always be able to attack you. So,
I'm a-
and
I like that
again,
answer.
don't let nobody misconstrue my. I'm not advocating for segregation because America is a very weird part of shit that is just a lot of shit. But it's just in my general opinion, as long as that proximity continues to be a thing, the potential for attack, even while you're trying to fix self destruction, will always be there. So it almost, I don't want to say it doesn't. This is why I say they kind of correlate with each other. They don't have the same effect, but they definitely correlate with each other. But that's my 2 cents. What the fuck do I know?
Okay, cool. We're gonna circle back to it. All right. I think Nab was in here, but I think he dipped. And then Dennis, yeah, bro. I say the best for last. I already know. I think I already know what you're gonna say, but you might surprise me. So go ahead.
I
What do you
mean,
think?
so it's kind of simple. I mean, you got to look at life. You got to look at the fact that majority of liberals are white because they're majority of the country. And you got to look at the fact that um, you know, let's say prior to 2010, we used to believe in God. Most liberals believed in a God. Now I think we've become so godless that now, statistically speaking, all of the worst things for Black people, liberals are promoting and they're cheering on and they're championing to the point that you will see a drug dealer walk into a freaking Whole Foods and everybody knows he's a drug dealer or a delinquent who smells like weed. And they'll cheer that guy on and say, act like nothing's wrong. And they'll make him feel like a great human being instead of, looking at him crazy like, they would their own kids. And I think the problem is we as a culture, black people as a culture, community, everything that's bad for us, because the white liberals are promoting it as good, we're allowing ourselves to like continue doing it, and it's like juck and jiving for the most part. And I think that it's not going to change until we become self-aware that we're ignorant, um, and that the black and black, as Driving Wolf just said, the black and black crime is important. It's something we got to tackle. But the problem, once again, is that when you have a victimhood mentality that's been promoted and allowed by liberals for the most part, when you have people like me speaking on that, people think that I'm doing it for attention, whatever. No, I'm doing it for out of anger because it's something that's crazy that we are genociding ourselves at a high rate and nobody cares. And we can do nothing about it because we're going to be called a racist. So it's kind of like to sum up what I'm trying to say is that I think that, black people, when we were winning, we were conservative. We never allow white people to tell us what to do, and I think until we go back to that point in life and culture, it's going to be bad for us. So hopefully, we get it together and we, once again, go off on the liberals and call them, the H word and call them all these nasty names that they deserve, and push forward.
All right. So,
And by the way, guys,
all right.
people in the chat, I'm not basing my opinion off of feelings. I'm basing it off of facts. You look at everything that's ungodly. Liberals are pushing for black people. You can do it, and that's the bad thing, that the worst thing that's happening. If that makes sense.
So I'm gonna tell you my answer.
Do I get to answer the question?
Yeah, OG. Yeah. My bad. Go ahead. I thought I already asked you first. My bad.
No, we
Go ahead.
just had to sit down. It's just my answer is follow the money. White liberals always promise to clean up crime and defer that money to other areas, never cleaning up crime. So they profit from black culture. While the Conservative Party, when they say they're going to clean up crime, there's more police on the streets. It's a different policy that affects the crime rate. So I think white liberalism and liberalism as a whole in American society holds black people back more than black on black crime does.
So I think my answer is about to surprise y'all. For real.
No, it's not gonna surprise nobody. Go ahead, though.
I mean, there's only two answers, so you 50-50, right?
No, I already know where you're going, but go ahead.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'll tell you some real shit. So before I got on this internet, I was having this conversation with another one of my homies, and we were really talking about it. And like, I had my stats ready. How in 2023, out of the 22,000 murders that were done in America, 50% of those murders were done by black people, right? I was ready to show my stats. I was ready to talk about rates. I was ready to talk about everything. I got the stats and everything to prove everything on why black on black crime is way more detrimental to the community than white on white crime. I got all my stats on that. But what I will tell y'all is I do think white liberals are way worse to the black community than black on black crime.
Talk that talk.
Now, the reason why I say that without talking about or blaming other races, what I will say is it's kind of what OG was touching on. You got to follow the money. You do have to kind of follow who sets up certain policies and certain things to incentivize things to go a certain way. So at first I was about to say, oh, we perpetuated in our music, we perpetuated in our television shows, we perpetuated with our lifestyle and what we call corny, right? But when you really think about it, when you think of food stamp culture and you think of baby mama culture and you think of public housing, like Section 8 housing and stuff like that, right? What are the incentives and what are the rules and who created those rules? Y'all know?
Liberals.
Yeah.
Really Democrats.
talk that talk. You preach, talk that talk, young man, out the mouth of babes.
One of the rules is you're not allowed to have a father in the household in order to keep getting government assistance for Section 8. That's the number one rule. And if they even see a man in the house, you will lose your Section 8 housing. Another rule is you are not allowed.
Hold on. Why would they do that if it's supposed to help the family?
It's because they want the government to be the woman's husband.
Okay,
You cooking it down. Hold on.
All right, and their daddy too. That's what they want.
I got a pushback on some of the rhetoric being spewed. Just to clarify, said Obama was horrible.
He was.
That's funny.
Answer Brazy's question. Go ahead. As a matter of fact, everybody can answer Brazy's question, but go ahead, Sticks.
I feel like y'all are too hyper focused on the white liberal than the political landscape as a whole. Conservatives have done just as much damage, and I feel like both parties, again, this is me outside looking in, both parties are more concerned with placing blame than acknowledging the flaws of each side and trying to rise above it. Now, as far as the Section 8, and this is where I say, like, this is the reason why I gave the answer I gave. As far as, I didn't say white liberals on purpose. I just feel like the political landscape overall is almost, I don't want to say anti-black because, there are black people in there, but nonetheless, I will say the way
that's hilarious.
It is anti-black.
I don't want to be the one to say it.
He said, I ain't gonna say white. I'm gonna say anti-black. I'm like,
I don't want to be the one to say it. I just didn't want kids. Then the niggas gonna ask me, well, what do you mean by that? And I can't defend that stance. So there's no point in me putting myself in that scenario. You feel me? Y'all might be more equipped to, stand on that. I'm not. That is just a feeling based on the little information I have. I feel it's anti-black. I can't defend that stance though. You can't ask me why I feel that way, but nonetheless, I feel like there is also a lot of emphasis, especially, and this is why I told you what I told you before we got on the panel, Craig and Rainy and Amazing Hustler. I do feel like black people get a lot of bad PR because I also do feel like when it comes to a lot of these things that black people get negative connotations for, a lot of times if you do the research, you will find they're not the most predominant in said field. Like this Section 8 stuff, I don't know. And Mr. Google Man, you could Google it and prove me wrong. I don't know. But I feel like if you want to look up the most predominant ethnicity in Section 8, it might be white people. I might also be that fucking wrong.
The stats will mystify that young man. White people are the predominant. White people are the
it's based on percentage. If you have 100 white people, 100 black people, you're gonna have 60 of the black people on welfare, and you're gonna have freaking like 40% of the white people on welfare.
Yeah, but Dennis, imagine a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man getting Section 8. They ought to deny his ass. What he needs Section 8 for?
They do. They don't
but what do you need it for?
I think white people get.
They don't give men Section 8 or nothing.
Of Section 8.
Okay, fine. Sorry. Let me change that. Let me change that. A blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman. What a white person needs Section 8 for? Are they disenfranchised?
Some are. What do you mean?
Because I can't see that stat, Craig. Tell us what that stat says.
So it says black households are the largest racial group receiving house choice vouchers, parentheses, Section 8, in the U.S., making up approximately 45% of voucher recipients. White households represent the next largest group at around 35%, followed by Hispanic households at about 16%.
No, but the question is who needs it though? Who needs it in America?
Nobody needs it. Go take your ass to work.
Damn.
Craig told me to do. Craig told me to take myself to work, and I went to work. And guess what?
What's this 35% of white people that need Section 8? Are you telling me there's white people in the ghetto?
Hold on, but OG is 35%, but over 200 million of those people.
Here's the thing. Here's
And do you think the white people in the ghetto are liberal or conservative?
This is what y'all need to understand when we talk about percentages. Okay. Now, I feel like when we talk about the actual percentages, yes, there are going to be more white people in this country and stuff like that. But I think we're talking about the percentages of the people actually just getting the Section 8 itself, bro. You feel me? We're not talking about other welfare.
Now he talking back. The percentage of people getting Section 8 is at or below the unemployment rate, really. So if the unemployment rate is 13%, then like 10 to 12% of households are getting some kind of welfare or assistance. It's not that big of an issue. I feel like he's making some sense here.
Mm.
I guess what we could ask is Section 8 higher in blue ran cities?
Blue ran cities? What
is
it?
It's gonna be red.
I believe Section 8 is going to be higher in Democrat held cities.
Oh.
Just liberal cities.
What's a blue ran city?
States
Stop,
with now you got, even though they go on presidential percentages, what you got to look at is who is the state governor and who is the state representative. So if the state governor is a Republican, and they got three representatives, and it's 2 Republican and a Democrat, then they're a Republican state. You see what I'm saying? You got to look at who the mayor of the state is, because that's the power of the state. Remember, the power is in the state as per the Constitution. See, I'm black. I'm a true American. I know the Constitution.
Google doesn't want to tell me. It says there's no direct relationship. So basically, Google knows, they just don't want to tell me. Anytime Google do that shit, they know, they just don't want to tell me.
Wait, Dennis, why did you write this comment saying single mothers should all be jailed?
No, it's just something.
I never got to answer Brady's question.
So yeah, let's go back to Mr. Brady's question.
I don't think Obama was a good president.
After OG, you go, Dennis, and then we can go from there.
Okay, I'll be real quick. I don't think Obama was a good president. You know, the least he could have did, we finally had an African American president, is get America to apologize for slavery. He was saying the Democratic Party was keeping him from doing that. They said just not right now, another time. Come on. No legislation was passed that directly impacted black people while we had a black president. No,
I got some pushback on that.
Go ahead.
All right. Sorry, Dennis. You were next.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I was going to just say Obama made it a national law where cops had to wear body cameras. I think that's good for black people, no?
It wasn't directly.
That's once again, it's good for criminals.
Hold on, because this is why, like they said, more white people are affected by police shootings than black people. So that was a catch-all, lift-all program that helped there was no legislation for black people. I rest my case.
I mean, here's the thing, though, with that whole. Okay, so here's the point with so President Obama. The reason why I actually loved what he represented, I voted for him the first time, but he's the reason why I became more like on the right. I'm going to call myself a conservative, but more on the right, due to the fact that I've realized that he pushed more of LGBT and godless things than things that would actually help black people. Now, mind you, my brother's gay, okay, and I can actually openly say that now. But here's the thing: I don't care if you're gay or whatever, but it's the fact that's not something that's like normal. That's not something that you strive to be. No, I'm just saying. I mean, think about this. What I'm saying is, black people. You see homos on TV commercials, okay, doing their thing, like dancing and kissing each other, but they're black. But you never see white homos like freaking on commercials and movies, like openly, like it's always gay, you know.
Oh,
yeah. They're always fat too.
Yeah, you talking about the prep commercials?
That part.
All commercials, you
First
always see
off,
like two men. They're always going to be two black men. There's never going to be two white men. If it's two white men,
That part.
they're going to be super
That's not
beta
true.
looking.
That's
But
not
like,
true. Not true. It's not true. I've seen.
I
black
disagree
men
with
do
that
those.
1000%. White people been
Yeah,
doing gay shit on TV for
yeah.
eons.
This
You
I,
must
I
not be
can name
watching
you.
TV. Cause I
name
was
you.
watching 2.5 Men, and that nigga, what's his name?
no,
Charlie
that's a
Sheen brother on
TV
there.
show.
That nigga was kissing niggas.
That's a TV show. What I'm talking about is like I'm talking about natural, like normal, like life
Natural
TV and
what?
commercials and all that. They don't be having like
Why
white
would
people
white people
like
be kissing on
openly
black media?
sassy.
That don't make sense.
I'm saying they be making white people. They make black people like think about all the LGBT shows that's on Netflix. They're fighting about.
I
They're
don't be
all
watching none of that.
they're all mainly white people, black people.
Okay,
You know?
but let's try to stick on topic a little bit. So
Yeah, you got it.
basically, in my opinion, okay, because now I gotta look at the question. Let me see.
Also, another thing I did want to I do feel like a lot of times there's a lot of hyper when it comes to political conversations. There's a lot of hyper focus on irrelevant things, which derails from the actual
No.
conversation that would be productive and help towards solving issues. Like,
Well, let me
don't get me
let
wrong,
me.
I'm not one for the gay
I don't
talk.
think-
I don't give a shit. I hate seeing it personally, but I don't think homosexuality is as big of a problem as like the murder rate or
Exactly.
the unemployment
Exactly.
rate. Like that
I get
being
what y'all saying.
hyper focused is
Yup.
it feels like misplaced energy in my opinion. But again, what the
That's what
fuck?
Let me say something to that. This is what you got to realize. I'm sure we've all seen that clip of Dave Chappelle saying, "Why does every black man have to wear a dress?" It's not the gay itself; it's the emasculation,
Emasculation.
right?
I get
Right.
that.
So that's a problem,
I get that.
right?
But yeah,
But
listen,
here's the thing with emasculation: it's not that people aren't saying it's an issue; it's that there are more pressing issues. Because even with the emasculation, there is a choice. Dave
bingo.
made a choice. He never wore a dress. Cat made a choice. He
Yeah,
never wore
but
a
hold on. It's not a choice
Look,
like
let's just be real,
it's a
though. But now,
sorry.
let's
Yes.
just be real. Is the amount of young black boys turning gay more detrimental to the black community, or is the amount of young black boys picking up a Glock 43 eggs and going out to the streets
They put a
and
switch on it, man.
Let me hold on. Let me tackle. Give me. I have like
Yes.
1 minute. I promise 1 minute. Just to tackle the two things
like,
you
what's
said.
more
So the
detrimental to
switch is understand the reason why that's happening is because once again the rise of single mother is being pushed, and the fact that the President Obama he made it okay, and the young kids became emotional. On top of that, think about this: under President Obama, you had more fast food jobs created than jobs that pay you over $50,000 a year, like full time, like actual livable wage jobs. You had more of those jobs lost under President Obama because of the Affordable Care Act. His health insurance killed a lot of small businesses, killed a lot of small mom and pop businesses that employed people and paid them livable wages. You had a lot of just businesses shut down and decline and kill a lot of their employees. You know, take away a lot of those jobs. And then McDonald's and all of those, Walmarts and all those jobs that don't pay that much, they boomed because they can afford to have low minimum wage, because people, they know you're going to work McDonald's minimum wage. There's still old people working at McDonald's for minimum like $12 an hour. You can't live off $12 an hour. So he made us burger flipping capital of the world now, which is America. You know,
Oh, can I add one thing to that, Dennis? Sorry, a lot of people don't know all the gig apps were created under Obama. He's the one that approved all of them. All right, go ahead.
Destroyed the taxi cab, and he destroyed the transportation industry. He destroyed small businesses. He destroyed every single sector of people making regular money. Toward now, once again, you got a fast food place on every single corner under President Obama. You didn't have that. You only had like 3 McDonald's in the city. Now you got one on like every other block because they can employ these low wage ants, and now they're getting rid of those people. Now that we're starting to get back to norm, so now they're starting to get AI to where you go up to the window and it's AI at some of these places. So what President Obama did, he made us all poor. And then with us being poor in a black community, people don't think, okay, I'm poor, let me go and marry somebody and 2 incomes. No, let me go get a gun and rob somebody so I can have what I want instead of go get a job. So I'm just thinking he's just overall just destroyed.
I wouldn't say he made it poor. Yeah, I wouldn't say he
on
made
the last part.
He made it easier to be degenerate and have less ambition. I would say that.
And that's horrible. That's horrible, right?
Yeah. But I wouldn't say he made it. He made it to the point where, I mean, yeah, when there's poverty, there's violence. So, in that regard, he made it to the point where more and more people were. Go ahead, Raimi.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just to be real, like Barack Obama was, he got away with a lot of shit because he was black. Like that was his main front for the whole campaign. Like, let's be real. Nobody remember any policies he did. Nobody remember any, like when he was running. Nobody can. Yeah, no, but I'm saying like. No, I'm saying when he was running, nobody paid attention to none of his plans. His main goal to winning that presidency was I'm black. I'm the first black president, and every black person ran with it. Okay, this man did not stand up when the whole Trayvon Martin.
He talking right now.
The man did not stand up. He did not stand up when the whole Trayvon Martin thing happened. He did not stand up when the whole George Floyd thing happened. Okay, like after he saw the Democrats was losing, then he went in front of a black people and was like demanding them to go vote for Kamala. You understand? And like it's just like, you know, he got away. Was he terrible like the other presidents before him? Not. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah,
me wonder, do he even like black people?
Stop. Right, he likes black people.
I won't say that. I don't think he will be comfortable.
Black men.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be comfortable if his daughter dating a black man. I don't think he'd be comfortable.
Damn.
But
that's wild.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Like I said, like, and stuff like that. Like, it's just he gets away with a lot of stuff because he was the first black president. If he was white, you would see his true colors, like it just shown. But we let it slide because he's the first black president. They put this good image out and stuff like that. And you know, and then he pushed a lot of feminine stuff. And he said a recent thing that we need more gay fathers and stuff like that. Like I'm telling you, yes, exactly. So exactly. So he pushed a lot of gay.
I think he's just a puppet. He's just a puppet, just like every other president, bro.
Exactly. I was about to say, like, what does him being a puppet? Being a puppet is bad, but not as bad as like actively contributing to the demise or like being a
puppet. A puppet don't kill your caterer in 2 foot worth of water at your mansion while you on vacation. That ain't what a puppet do.
Well, like I said, the Democrats have this agenda. Like they have this agenda. How do you distract? It's just like a cat. If you put a laser around a cat, it's gonna chase the laser thing, right? How do you distract the common people? With bullshit, with gay marriage and
stimulus checks.
Yeah, gay
because
marriage,
now we're being
hatred and stuff like that. That's how you distract them, because you understand they don't want you guys to know any of your policies, your rights, and where your money is going to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Your politicians, they don't even give a fuck. They mostly give a fuck about the stock market because that's where their money mostly come from.
I needed to get that down my throat. My throat was getting sore.
So circling back to it. So because we kind of gotta like stay on the topic. So when it comes to like the topic of like specific black murder and like and things of that nature, what do you think is the main avenue that's pushing that onto black youth? Because we say poverty, but in that same regard, there's an active push almost where you could just sit there and say poverty till the cows come home, but ain't that at the end of the day, if you're not gonna make a real push to try to find a remedy to it, you're just giving excuses to the end of the day. And I feel like, especially when it comes to our music in particular, and I know other groups got their own stuff. We're not here to talk about other groups. We're talking about us. Hip hop is a predominant pusher of killing its own brother, of hurting its own people, and we glorify it. We glorify not telling on each other. It came out. That's why the young thug thing is such a big deal, because black people actually think it's cool to not be snitching. So that's such a big deal to them.
No, because people tell it. the Young Thug show. Everybody's telling. Black people were taught to tell. Nobody's grandmother. When you got in trouble, your mama didn't come in there and say, "Boy, you better shut up." What did she come in there and say? Tell the truth. When you watch First 48 and they got the boy in the interrogation room with his mama, what the mama saying?
But
Tell
OG,
the
If he's eating a bag of if he's eating a bag of Doritos, he might not have told. If he's eating crab, he told.
but listen, but here's the thing, OG, we gotta give a little pushback. On
Yeah, we got a crab roll.
I gotta give pushback.
If
Talking
that's Pepsi Cold, he told.
OG, I have to give pushback to what you're saying because the mothers you're describing are from your age era. They're from your age range. Your mothers, you're like the mothers that raised the like children at your age level. They are responsible mothers, bro. They would be the ones that would say something like, "Hey, you ain't got no friends. You better tell the truth." Bro, the women in my age group,
you say the women of my generation are
these
telling
women
y'all,
are treating their children like friends. They're treating their kids, bro. They know, even when they send these kids to school and shit like that, the teacher will call and say, "Hey, your kid has been acting up in class and this, that, and the third," and then the parents will be like, "Oh, well, what did you do to piss my kid off?" Type shit.
But
And so,
Greg, I date a lot of teachers. I
They
date
treat
a lot of teachers. What you're saying is not a lot. That's when they're written to me. That's the biggest complaint I hear. The pushback that they get from mothers when they try to tell their children have disciplinary problems. Wow.
And sorry to interrupt you, Greg, but I agree with everything you said. But I also feel like the Democrats also brainwash a lot of people be thinking that being poor is normal. You understand? It's like being poor normal. That's why. That's why. Why you think when Trump took away is now trying to take away Section 8 and food stamp privilege, they freaking out now because they so used to being poor because the Democrats set it up like that so they could always be poor. You understand? That's how the rich stay rich. You understand?
That's a good point.
The rich, you understand? The rich hate rich people and they hate, you know what I'm saying? They hate middle class. But they love poor people because poor people are always going to buy the product. You understand? They're always going to buy the product no matter what. You understand? That's how the rich people don't make money off of other rich people.
My boy speak. Because they say it's more expensive to be poor than it is to be rich. It costs more to live as a poor person than it does as a rich person. Wow, my boy speak.
Exactly. Like, okay, for perfect example, a poor person will go in the store and buy you know those matches where you gotta keep swiping to light it up. They will buy that knowing that it's gonna be gone in a week, when they could have just bought the one where you could just press the button and that lasts longer. But it costs more, right? It will cost more. It will cost like $10, right? So they'd rather take the cheaper route. You understand? So like I said, the Democrats make it comfortable where poor people enjoy being poor. You understand? And it's mostly, like black people, like they enjoy being poor. They enjoy abusing the system. They enjoy using financial. Now you could pass down Section 8 now. You understand? That's another contribute to, okay, yes, we keep the brokenness can continue in the black community. You got
my boy dropping bomb.
Bro, then Craig, look at this. A kid would know a Mercedes-Benz, a BMW before they know a timetables. A kid would know a fucking Rolls-Royce, Rolex, and a rapper diss track before they know the S&P 500. You understand? So like I said, it's all like I said, in the Democrats, they don't teach you financial literacy in schools. They don't teach you that. You understand? They don't teach you about the trust fund. They don't teach you about Roth IRA. They don't teach you about the HSA. They don't teach you none about that. But what they teach you, stupid math that they could say MC squared is going to teach you how to make a millionaire. You understand? This is the stupid crap that you understand that the Democrats been putting for years. You understand? And you may not like Trump, but if you see the things that he's doing, is actually showing a lot of people true colors. You understand? So that's all I gotta say.
No, great points, bro. Great points.
Yeah, that was good. I was gonna just follow up. If I'm sure all of y'all have read Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he talks about it where his poor dad is an entrepreneur. Or no, I'm sorry. Rich dad is an entrepreneur. His poor dad, his actual dad, was the head of schools in I forgot whatever state they were in. And he asked his dad, why don't they talk about money in school? And he said, we are under strict rules. We can never bring up finance in any school. So it is by design.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, real quick, do y'all know the origin of schooling in itself? They wanted
I
to
don't.
make a better service person, a better worker. So they're like, the problem with workers is we put them in these jobs, they're so low skill, but they're killing themselves with the machine. If we give them a little bit of education, they'll be able to go to work 8 hours a day, come home, and 2 dogs and a halfway, a 6 or a 5, they happy.
Yes.
You know, the problem is the internet broke the mold. People see what's possible and what's out there, and now we're starting to question the paradigm.
Yes, since a person, soon a person comes out the room, their life is already made for them. You understand?
Damn.
It's like the life is already. They try to program you right there. You know, when you go to school, Craig. You know, at elementary school, what do they teach you to follow? Oh, follow orders. You know, then they put it in your head. Oh, you know, women like guys with money, and you have to have a good job. Then you got to start a kid and stuff like that. But they don't. But like I said, they don't teach you financial literacy because we need more people to work at McDonald's. We need more people to work at Publix. Imagine if everybody was a millionaire. None of these businesses will thrive.
I gotta give you a little pushback. I just gotta give you a little bit of pushback because so I noticed y'all keep talking about schooling. Are they teaching black boys in school to pick up a tool and gun down their brother?
No.
So where are they learning it?
They learning it from being in poverty, stress. Their parents being in stress.
What?
I'm asking you, what do you think is going to be the logical outcome when we teach young black boys about the Civil War? What do you think is going to be when they feel that pain and aggression, when they learn about slavery and the history of their plight in this country? What do you think we are telling these young black boys? Nobody loves them. No one cares. There's no food in your house. We're telling you that your mama should have got food stamps. The problem is your mama makes $31,000. She makes too much money to get food stamps. So you live in poverty and you're starving. See, people aren't talking about that.
Or OJ. OJ. Also, I just one more thing. I was gonna say some people need food stamps, but they teach you to be embarrassed to ask for them also, even if you really need them.
So again, I have to push back on what you're saying because they're not teaching you to murder somebody because you're poor in schools. They're not teaching you that. They're not teaching you to go get a Glock, put a switch on it, sing about killing people, glorifying it, making music videos about it, talking about I'm smoking that who I just killed pack. Where in schools are they teaching that?
Yeah, but Craig, I don't think everybody's going to that extent where you trying to go with the whole.
So when murders is happening and stuff like that,
that's the narrative, though.
Extreme is that not extreme?
But Craig, you got to understand, and I'm gonna blame, and I'm gonna go back to what you said, hip hop, right? And I'm gonna blame BT. I think BT is the demise for black people. Yeah, you understand? Yeah, because me growing up, right? Let's say 10 a.m. ish, 10. The first thing they show in BT is Baby Boy. And what was Baby Boy? It was a movie about an African American dude that was
a cinematic masterpiece. That's what Baby Boy is.
Yeah, but that movie went straight to DVD, my boy. But anyways,
straight to Tubi.
Yeah, straight to DVD, my boy. But anyways, it was a movie. It was a movie that was popular. Mind you, the movie didn't win no Grammys or anything, Oscars or anything. But like I said, the movie was based on a black man struggling in the hood, broke as fuck, living with his mom, bothering the mom. You understand? And basically, you know, saying just
Man,
everything.
listen, from a literary perspective,
No,
it
OG,
was.
you keep cutting. I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm
Hey,
like,
My bad, my bad.
like Remy making a good point. I'm interested. Y'all
Go
keep
ahead,
cutting him
bro.
off. Can he finish, please?
It's
Yeah.
okay.
okay.
I'm
Like I
sorry,
was saying,
Remy. Go ahead.
yeah, like I said, they will play that 7 8. Now, as a kid, if I was a dumbass kid like a YN, I would think that I would think that was normal. I would think that yes, oh my God, yes, my life is gonna be like Baby Boy. You gotta understand that's where it comes from. You understand? Then after that, after Kiss come out, what be playing? Be 106 in Park, which was a fucking like basically like MTV Music, but basically for black people.
TRL.
And the audio was playing is dudes wearing big chains, slapping women ass, and Nelly tip drill. You understand? So, like I said, black BT is it was the worst thing for black people, and it didn't start off like that. BT was supposed to be
Oh,
a
y'all.
news. BT was supposed to be a news channel for black people to get informed in the news, and they turned that to a hot mess.
Real quick, I
What y'all
gotta
think
get
about,
some
real
Baby
quick,
Boy
what y'all think about
pushback.
what Lucky Duck is saying? Because I believe I wholeheartedly believe in this shit. Our shit is fucking what's the word? It's artificial, bro. I think our culture really is artificial to a certain degree. I think the way we list, I think the way we make beats, the way we listen to music, the way we hear rhythms is part of our culture, but the messages in our culture is not part of our culture, bro. I think that's being pumped into our community. Even
Yeah,
the messages, because I think OG, you brought up Kendrick Lamar the other day. You was like, "Oh, Kendrick Lamar, he a conscious rapper," and I shut that shit down quickly with just singing "Money Trees" alone. I was like, "No, bro, the nigga was literally talking about glorifying robbing, murdering, and shooting, bro. He was
So
Okay,
y'all
glorifying,
want?
listen.
bro."
I didn't
Okay.
want to go there on Dennis Stream. I gotta go there. I gotta get a pushback. And Plato's The Republic, he talks about this. Once you start trying to limit the way people can express themselves, you go against the ideals that you're trying to push yourself. You have to let people express themselves how they express themselves. You're not going to like it. You might not understand it. And ironically, that's what makes art art. So you can't use art as like a legal preface or backing. That's why it's so much pushback about playing people's rap lyrics in court. It's not admissible as evidence. It's only admissible as testament to character. So it's a real funny thing they doing with it. So like I said, y'all like what y'all doing because y'all on the right track. I'm proud. I'm proud of all you young black men, but y'all conflating a lot of topics. Y'all making a liberal sandwich. And these, if y'all really take it from a conservative perspective, y'all can really digest more of what's going on.
No.
And real quick,
So
Baby Boy is about Damon John from FUBU. He went on to make FUBU. When you look at Baby Boy, think, wow, he made FUBU. He's talking about how he made it out of the poverty.
Don't put Damon John in that, man.
bro,
Come on.
Ride share. I mean, not Rod, my bad.
Wait, just
Amazing Hustler.
Wait.
Hustler. Go ahead. What was you gonna say, bro?
I was gonna say before you one thing with the music thing. Oh, sorry. So let me say this real quick with the whole music thing. Now with the music thing, yes, you can blame the black culture for that demonic music, but we also gotta blame what's pushing behind it, and which is a lot of Jewish corporations that control the music industry. You understand? And the honesty is a perfect example when it was a video that, of course, they're not gonna play it because they got exposed.
You sound like Kanye right now.
It was a point where Young Thug was sitting down with his label that at the time was 300 Entertainment, which was under Warner Bros. And he told the CEO that he want to make this type of music, but he's like, no, we told you, we want to tell you what music you want, and what Young Thug music was about that time. Drugs and ganging and stuff like that. Okay, so yes, the Jewish community, not you know what I'm saying, music community, which is owned by mostly 99% of Jewish community. If we being for real, that's pushing out this type of music. Okay, and they only do it in the black genre. They don't do it in rock. They don't do it in pop. They don't do it in reggae. They don't do it in none of these except.
Can I add one thing to that? I just want, if y'all want to go to the Breakfast Club interview with Leor Cohen, at one point Leor Cohen says these young guys need to put down the scissor, and he says that's what I tell him. Charlemagne, this is on the interview. Charlemagne says, "Why do you put people on your label that promote scissor?" He literally says, "A man's got to eat." So that's how they think about it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and that's right. And it's just to reply to that the dude right there on top of Craig's screen. That's the problem with the black community. You guys always want to blame black people, but you guys don't want to blame the main resources that's causing black people to act like that. You understand? Yes, I literally said it. Yes, black people, yes, we are to blame to making these music. But when you have a dude from the streets and a Jewish person is giving him $1 million to rap about gang violence and stuff like that, we just supposed to say is, oh, it's not the Jews, it's just the blacks. Like, come on, get out of here with that.
I mean,
I agree.
I do have one pushback with that, and then Dennis, I want you to fire it off after this. But which do you think is easier to police? The people in your house and what's going on in your own house, or what your neighbors doing, what your neighbors doing in the house?
You saying what is easy to police or control?
Control, yeah. What's easier for you as a person to control?
Of course, it's gonna be your house.
Okay, so the way I see it is, yes, you got to go for the source, right? But if the main problem that's hitting you right now, like let's just say there's an ant that's like crawling on you right now and it's biting you. Are you gonna let the ant keep biting you and just go outside and try to find the fucking anthill and find the source while the ant just sits there and keeps biting you? Or are you gonna stop the ant from biting you first and then you go to the source of the fucking hill and kill the source? Which are you gonna do first?
Okay, yes, of course, yes. You're gonna stop the ad. We're referring that, yeah, you're gonna stop black people from rapping music. But let's be real correct. Like I said, when you bring a kid from the streets that he's so frightened and scared of getting killed in his hood, and you give him $1 million contract just to talk about the same shit that he's scared of living.
No, I'm not even talking about the music no more. So I'm talking about more so just murder in general. Like just wanting to steal somebody else's shit. Let's just say, oh, he got on Jordans. I want to steal his shit. Like,
Craig, don't forget when you're a teenager, it's easy to say your parents have the most influence on you, but most likely it was some random musician or your friends. They have more influence on you than your own parents up until the age of 18 for most people.
Yeah, he's right.
What gave me the most influence was that belt.
Okay.
Okay, I mean that's good.
Okay, but great. Okay,
you feel me?
Okay,
and so
wait.
I feel like a lot of parents and they don't give that kid that belt no more. Kids have no fear in their parents no more. Okay. That's where a lot of the problems in the black community lies. There's not a fear. Remember when, and OG, you could attest to this. Remember when your mama used to be like, "Wait till your daddy get home."
Okay, but yeah. Wait, hold on.
That's real quick. Absolutely.
Young me don't realize
terrified of my father. Father set the structure of corporal punishment. You know, a lot of times people stumble up on what kind of punishment. The corporal punishment was a thing. Okay, you were reprimanded and disciplined
hold on, Raymond.
when you were out of line. You know, so Craig is right.
Because listen, I grew up with that, bro. I grew up with like, wait till your daddy get home. He gonna whoop your ass. And so I had and I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy to fear your parents. You're supposed to fear your parents, bro. If your child does not fear you, you're not parenting your child correctly. I'm not saying beat the shit out your child. I never said that. I don't believe in literally beating the crap out your kid. I don't believe in that. But there is supposed to be some level of, oh, if I go too far, I'm not gonna like the consequences I'm gonna get from my parents. And that it does not resonate in the youth anymore. The people in our age barely even feel that shit.
All right, but okay, like I said, okay. Craig, that's what Nas said was right about, and I'm gonna get like what Nas said about right with the friends. Like young black men are more interested in impressing their friends than trying to make their mom proud and stuff like that. Now, back to your whole beating thing. That's two different eras. At your time, when parents was allowed to beat their kids in discipline, you understand, we didn't have this much gang banging, this much rap, these type of rap music and stuff like that. Not what ended up happening. The liberals see that black people, black young men, okay, is gonna be way tougher to control if their parents start beating them and getting them in the right track. So what do? Oh, if your parents hit you, you can call 911 and they can go to jail. And that's when black kids and stuff like that start abusing it. If you go to YouTube now and you put, oh, son called police on their mom, you're gonna see a lot of.
Is that really happening? I hear about it, but is that really happening?
So
yes,
I do.
If you go to YouTube and you type in that, you will see a lot of kids calling parents on their moms for just hitting them with the belt and stuff like that. It is happening, and like Craig said, is no fear anymore because they took that away. They took that fear.
See, my parents are smart with it though, and I think that's another thing with just shitty parenting. Again, like my parents are smart with it. I didn't get a phone until I was like a cell phone until I was like 15, bro. So like. Ain't no calling. By the time you 15, all my corrections should have been done by then. You feel me? So listen, like at that point, my parents was just able to straight up talk to me. They didn't have to whoop my ass no more. And so I don't think a child should have a phone on them until they in their teens. And so at that point, you ain't got to worry about your kid calling to whoop about whooping ass and stuff like that. If you don't give them a phone and making them an iPad, baby.
Yeah, but
and that's like you also gotta you don't gotta like always like how you the type of mentality that you instill in your kid as well. Like I'm gonna be real with you. It's funny that you said these black boys was calling the police on their mothers, and I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to make it a racial thing, but like I mean this conversation is racial, but the black mother nowadays is very bitter. So what do you think she's instilling into her son? To be very bitter. And so if that's the case, of course he's going to be petty and want to call the cops. You know what my mama told me? She said, you want to call the cops for getting your ass whooped? Go ahead. You know where you're going to go? The foster home. You know what they're going to do? Touch you. You know what's going to happen? I can't do nothing about it. You know what's going to be feeling worse than you getting your ass whooped? Somebody fucking you in the butt.
You know what it is? Like the parent.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Now,
sorry, it's okay.
Let me just get. Now, yeah, Craig. Let's get back to that.
Tell the truth to your kids. Tell the truth to your kids.
Craig,
What about smashing the butt? You trying to get
hold on. But Craig, let's get back to that baby mom thing.
Oh, baby mom.
Growing back then. We grew up with some mothers that was bitter, but now what's going on now? Social media is showing that to black women, black bitter moms, that it's okay now. Now we could have a group chat with other bitter moms, and it's okay to be bitter, and it's okay to do these things. And like I said, with the whole like I said, with the Jewish people holding the black network, who they push most to put out these movies? Tyler Perry. Right? You got Tyler Perry always making a movie about black women struggling. Okay? And that's when they feel like it's okay to do these things because Tyler Perry make a movie about it. He just made a movie about a black woman that's struggling when all she had to do was fucking wait tomorrow to cash her damn fucking check. Okay? That's all she had to fucking do. Why he had to make a whole movie about a black woman struggling? Let's be real.
What movie?
You're right.
Yeah, let's be fucking real.
What movie is that?
And it's I think it was Straw. Is the one with Taraji P. Henson. Like literally, he made a whole movie about a black woman struggling, all because she couldn't cash her check that first day, and she made the woman rob a bank, put a gun in the bank air and stuff like that. What woman do? You understand? Yeah. So what?
Struggle be that real sometimes.
Yeah.
How does Tyler Perry come up with this?
Yeah, I'm telling you, like I said, He makes movies out of black people's struggle. And you know who Tyler Perry preferred to date, man? White men. Okay, he just
not openly. No, not openly.
Come on, y'all see the correlation. He being sued by his little white boy toy. Just like Shannon Sharpe. My boy, he
like I said, he like out of his race. Okay, and now you could say, oh, but he got a black family, he got a black kid. I mean, of course, you gotta hide who you are. You understand? The man just literally he's in a case. He's in a case for harassing, sexual harassment for with this white dude.
Talk.
So,
that comment.
So like I said, okay, well that's crazy. But like I said, Craig, so it's all controlled, bro. It's all controlled, okay? And it's the higher ups, bro. Yes, like I said, you could blame black people, but it's not gonna change unless we stop watching the shit show. Okay, it's just like a show. It's just like a show. You don't fucking like to watch. You stop watching it, right? But for some odd reason, black people love fucking watching the struggle show.
You just called that's the Zeus Network.
That comment took me out too.
Dennis been sitting on some shit. I can already tell for a minute. We're about to let this man up the Dennis monologue. All right. We at that part.
I ain't got too much more. I don't got too much time. I'm actually in it. See, this is the thing. You guys are all hitting fact after fact after fact. So you guys are entertaining me. You know, I'm actually paying attention, listening. So understand that I appreciate you guys actually being open. But the only thing I'm going to say is that I didn't know Tyler Perry was gay. I
not openly.
I didn't know he was gay.
I mean, you could have seen signs. I mean, you could have seen signs. You could have seen signs.
Allegedly,
it was not that hard.
Yeah, allegedly. But I mean, the thing is, I mean, ultimately with his movies, he's you know, always got the light skinned dude that, you know, is romancing the black woman. You know, he's simping for her. He's kind of being like, no offense to you, Nab. He's like Nab. And then you have like the guy that's kind of looks like he looks like, you know, you're gonna save him. And then you got the dark skinned guy that looks like Sticks, but acts like me, who's gonna be you know, like the bad toxic man who's like causing that woman to struggle. He's, you know, he's gonna be like the guy that's gonna not want to go get a job, and she's, you know, up all night, you know, working as a nurse, and you know, just the struggle. And he is making money off that. And ultimately, we don't really have any positive filmmakers. We don't have any positive TV show creators. We have nothing. And ultimately, until we get, what was that?
No, I said shout out to J Media. My bad.
Oh yeah, shout out to J Media. But yeah, until we get to the point of having that, I think that we're just doomed. But I don't really have. I mean, you guys are making good points. I don't have like what you guys are doing on this live is like what I like to listen to, because you guys aren't like making up things just to be shocking.
Can we go back to how Baby Boy is a cinematic masterpiece? How it outlines point by point every single struggle within the black community.
I mean, his mom.
It's what black people make.
Listen, from his single mother.
I hate that he trolling, but I hate that he right. I hate that
he's the game banger out of prison. I'm like, Baby Boy is
touch on black on black violence in there, bro. They are touching on black violence.
Masterpiece. When he said, "Man, I can't kill Snoop Dogg," and his homeboy P really respected that and killed Snoop Dogg anyway, because it's going to be a murder in the black community. Somebody's going to do this body, but we want people like Damon John to make it out and make FUBU.
Fucking right, yeah.
Baby Boy is a cinematic. I can't believe.
Listen, I gotta stop you right there. Hold on, I gotta stop you right there, because at that moment, what are you doing right now, and what is the movie doing? Glorifying the murder. It's justifying the murder. It's saying that right now, because I gotta make sure my boy make it.
Hold on. Look at it from the other perspective.
Let's
Snoop
kill
had
this
to be killed,
and let's glorify
he kicked that baby's foot over. He was gonna rape that.
Should have been killed just for that. Yeah, just for that.
He was gonna rape that girl. Thank God that the girl's baby was there. She didn't know how to say no to this quote unquote masculine figure in the black community. He was the threat to black society. What happened to him is what you were saying. We need to eradicate the threats to humble, peaceful black society.
Okay.
This is actually brilliant.
Baby boy didn't sleep with that girl.
Okay.
He didn't sleep. He could have.
Okay.
Hey,
You know
Sticks,
how much
still
growth.
in there, my G?
You know
Sticks,
how
you
much.
still in there?
You know how much growth you have to have as a man to turn
The girl at his job you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You right.
Come on.
All right.
Cinematic masterpiece.
OG, Baby Boy, yes, Baby Boy is always going to be a classic, okay, in the black community. Okay, it's going to be in the black community. But like I said, it's portraying an image that it was not like that in the black community in the beginning. Perfect example, New Orleans. I'm going to take it all the way back in New Orleans when New Orleans was a thriving and actually a business. It was a business empire. It had boats. The boats was there, and it was no such thing as hoods in the black community. Soon as all the big corporations left in New Orleans, okay, that's when the hood started to turn, like Calio Projects, Holly Grove. You understand?
Hot Boys.
Yeah, those hoods started coming because black people started to struggle. Okay, well, back then when they had all those resources, when black people had all those resources, it was no such thing that was a ghetto. Okay, so
real quick, that's an American tale. That's an American tale because the same thing you said happened in the Bayou is the same thing that happened in Detroit. It's the same thing that happened when me and Dennis family's from Ohio, Indiana, that places when the Ford plants and all these other plants were subsidized by liberal policies to move their businesses out the country because the liberals just spend too much, and when you spend too much, you have to tax heavy.
But you see the common denominator, right?
That's right. Big businesses moving everywhere, robbing the American economy of jobs. This ain't black people's problem. You can't keep blaming the victim from these problems that are made by liberal policies.
But listen though.
We're talking about liberal policies tonight.
No, but listen though. But you see the common problem though. Every time they take away the resource of black people, what do they start doing? Start killing and shooting and start doing this bullshit. Okay, now let's take it back to if you want to go there. Okay, how come when it was the Italian family, when they was in the hood, they didn't have that much killing and robberies unless the mafia was doing the hits. They didn't have that. You had mafia's family was giving out sugar and stuff to their kids in the hood, in their hood. It was no such thing. It's just like I said, black people don't know anything about unity anymore. Okay, they just know to look out for themselves.
I think it's because, like, with the Italians and Jewish communities, they police their own. Like, you would be reprimanded for calling 911 in those communities, believe it or not.
Yeah, but that's unity. They were sticking together. They only fuck with their own.
No, the federal government doesn't call that.
Hold on, OG.
You know what the federal government calls that? Extortion. That's why the mob is locked up. That's why the Italian mob, most of them are serving life. Most of them were convicted for these crimes. Y'all keep throwing on the black community.
Okay, I'm gonna answer that question that Craig wanted.
And OG, I want y'all to look at driving because I need y'all to interact with the chat too, man. The chat is got a lot to say on this too, man. Like they just as part of the conversation as us. So y'all try to do y'all best to interact with chat.
Okay,
they calling me unhinged just because I like Baby Boy.
No, you good, bro. They actually, bro. They loving the convo.
Driving about to give us 5 things black people could fix to make things better. I think he's about to be the white savior. He said generational teaching of the welfare system.
Okay.
Damn, I didn't think he was gonna come out like that in the gates with number 1. Fuck.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he surprised me with that one. I think.
Come up, driving the wealth if you want. I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, tell us blacks how we could be better. As I'm looking at
Right. Oh my god.
I wasn't expecting him to come out with that as the number 1.
What's the carry champion of regular TV of NFL? What's the name again? Malika Andrews.
He said number 1, general teaching of the welfare system.
Okay.
He said number 2, economic learning.
Sticks, wake up. Man.
Sticks, wake up.
You know what he sounds like?
White man is helping us.
Teach generationally about the welfare system. What you're saying is teach the opposite. teach black women and children that it's better to have a father in the home than out the home. What you're talking about is the American core value system and idea system. You can't say black people need to push more American culture when American culture is what we created, is what we push.
Okay, and just okay, and he's Driving Wealth is definitely promoting with our own community. Okay, but you see, Driving Wealth, you're saying things that's already been put out there, and I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. You're saying things that's already put out there, but like I said, with black people, they just refuse to consume it. You know what I'm saying? Look at Dennis. Dennis just literally said. Dennis was shocked that Driving Wealth is saying these things because he's white. Okay, now if a black person would say that, would Dennis would respond that, or would be more interested in what the man had to say? Probably not. Probably not. So that, like
I think he's more so surprised because it is coming from Driving Wealth.
Driving Wealth.
Okay, no. Exactly. I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not even surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was actually trolling. Driving Wealth is like more black than me. Like, you understand? Like. This is like a joke that he's talking. Everything he's saying to that black people.
He might be affiliated, actually.
Everything that Driving Wealth is saying, he needs to do himself, but he doesn't do it. So I'm just trolling.
No,
he's literally like us.
Okay, I understand. Okay, but and then back to what Driving Wealth said about why we don't have black successful men or talk to the hoods. They don't want that. They don't want that. You had little.
But why? Why though?
Because if they do that, they will have black community will become stronger. They don't want that. You had little baby.
It'll be Black Wall Street.
Yeah, you had little baby talking about the whole George Floyd situation, and then his label told him to stop rapping about that shit. Okay, whenever you saw Jay-Z ever went to the Bronx and fucking try to help the youth in the Bronx, never. Cardi B doing that? No, not in the Bronx. Okay, do you have any of these rappers? Do you see Lil Wayne give anything back in New Orleans?
You also don't see Sylvester Stallone going to the woods to the Italian community and talk about don't do crime. You don't see Al Pacino going to the Italian community and say that. You don't see Leonardo DiCaprio. You don't see these people doing it. Why are we being?
No, they actually do speaking engagements. No, they actually volunteer their time. They speak yearly. We just don't see them because we're not in those spaces. No, but they literally go back and they speak to their community about how they got there, how they became successful. But Cardi B, what she spoke. No, what Cardi B, she spoke on how to be a head doctor. You got to be a head doctor for your man, or he's gonna find one. All men got a head doctor on their phone. That's what she's teaching. Jay-Z opened that one to open a casino up, but he didn't want to teach none of the black kids how to stop selling dope.
Violence in their media. None of them are speaking against the violence in their media. Okay,
that's
what y'all ask black people to do. It's unfair. It's unfair. It's un-American.
There's a way to solve every problem in the black community, and it would just be to go to black businesses. I think that would basically solve everything.
But there's always gonna be some type of law or something like that. And I'm not even gonna say that, but like I don't feel like just supporting black businesses is the way to bring everything back, because I'm not gonna lie, like I've worked for a few black owned businesses, especially restaurants. And when I tell you black owned restaurants are some of the most shakiest like establishments you could ever be a part of. They don't pay the employees properly. The checks will be bouncing. Taxes don't get paid.
No, trust me, Craig, trust me. Like if I go to a restaurant, right? Like
black owned businesses, and I'm just talking about from my experiences, especially when it comes to restaurants, have been shit.
No, I get what you're saying, okay? Like if I order a plate of food, let's say I order mac and cheese and they put yams, and I gotta tell the woman in the front that got an attitude for no reason, you put the wrong thing, I already, it's gonna be some shit. But I say that to say it will solve everything. That's what's lacking. That's the only thing that's lacking. That's if we had that would fix it.
Bringing black businesses back is not gonna take away the crab in the barrel mentality away from black people. That's not gonna take that away. You can give,
I only no. That's the only.
Give every black person in this country their own business, right? And you only know what's gonna happen. They're gonna look at the next black person and be like, "Oh, why is his business better than mine?"
Look, Craig. Let me just say this. Well, first of all, driving to wealth, you're too comfortable here. All right. Second of all, I said that's the only difference between the black community and other communities, that they will gladly pay above, like they'll pay extra to go to their stores instead of Walmart, where black people, I think, are less willing to do that.
Yes, yes, but like I said with Dennis, like I said, everything that black people touch, they end up destroying it. And I think it's
what the hell.
Elaborate. Hold on. Let them elaborate.
Everything they touch, they end up destroying it. Okay, because of money and fucking greed. That whole Black Lives Matter movement. You understand? The people behind it, these black women, was behind it. What did they do with the donations and stuff like that? You understand? After they made black people destroy
buy mansions.
Yeah, exactly. What did they do after they made black people destroy their home blocks? They you understand, jobs. They destroying jobs by breaking into them and stuff like that, and costing jobs to have and some of them was black owned jobs too, that they have to go fix up after the riots and stuff like that. You understand? What did that black lady do? Bought her son a mansion and stuff like that. They didn't give two fucks about black people. That's one. Every time you support a person, right? Not saying all of them, but majority of them, they'll either will scam you after they support their business, and they always what is they want to go to draw you in? Oh, you gotta support us. We black owned. You don't see Jewish people be like, you gotta support us. We are Jewish. You don't see none of this.
They don't gotta say it. It's known. It's known with them.
Okay. Black, can I be real with you? Because I stand on Rami. I stand wholeheartedly with what Rami talking about. As a black business owner myself, I would never ever say I'm black owned. I'm a black man. But my business is not like it's owned by a black man, but we not touting that as black owned, because what I feel like that comes with that is excuses. It comes with excuses. Oh, well, when a corner get cut and you do get sweet potatoes instead of yams, well, it's because we black owned. Keep supporting us. Oh, when we do raise the price, when we do raise the prices outrageously, but serve you cold fucking fries, we want you to keep supporting us because we black owned. Like, no.
You know what? No, you're right. You're right, Craig. In fact, go ahead.
Yeah, and like I said, they use that as black owned. Like, perfect example is this restaurant in my city, right? That, at first, a lot of people went and go and support it. They sell soul food. Then after that, this is owned by a black female. After she sees that, she's getting support. She like Craig said, she raised the price. The quality of the food wasn't there anymore. You understand? And then when people started complaining, she called other black people monkeys. You understand? So this is what I'm telling you. Black people, when it comes with, as soon as that money touch their hand and stuff like that, they become greedy. They become greedy, bro. You understand? That's why I said it's just a thing about the black community that even if you give them something in their hands, they just have to fuck it up. It's not.
So you hate black people? Are you going on the record saying you hate the black community?
No, OG. I hate people that's trying to, when you call black people out of this shit, then they come back with a response saying, "Do you hate the black community?" No, it's not hating the black community. It's like you being in a relationship. It's like you it's like you being in a relationship. Yeah, it's like you being in a relationship with somebody for 25 years and they doing the same stupid shit and you tired of it. That's where it's at, OG. That's where it's at, OG. Like, it is the reality. It is the reality. Do you see go to any culture? You know why you black men always want to go to passport bros? You guys turn into passport bros. Why? Because now black women is asking you guys for money.
No, I gotta push back. I gotta push back. Wait, OG. You're saying, hold on. No. Wait. I'm letting you go.
You gotta let him finish.
Wait, OG. You're gonna push me back because the women in your time didn't do that shit. Okay, they didn't do this as much. Now our generation of women, now they doing that shit. They asking for money. They're asking you to make 6 figures. They're asking you to have this big long dingling. They're asking you to be 6 feet. Okay, they go. Brittany Renner is went after a fucking black young kid because he was a basketball prospect, and she's asking for 40 fucking K. OG, okay, let's be real. Even Shaq baby mama didn't even come out like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know how Shaq got fucked up in the courtroom, OG. So I want to hear what you're going to say about that.
You gave me so many points. I got to answer. First of all, Brittany Renner. Once your girl ends up with Kevin Gates, life has been hard on her. Life has been hard.
Shout out Kevin Gates. Shout out Kevin Gates. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You won, OG. No, OG, you won, bro. You got me right there, OG. You won, dude.
Lord.
That's all you have to say, OG. That's all you have to say.
So, of course, she won 40K. She's been through suffering we can only imagine. Right? So I'll say that. But my pushback with you to be, like I always say when they say black people this, black people that, look at Tyler Perry. Look at Byron Allen. Look at Chris Rock. Look at Will Gates. Show me the other race equivalent of leading in their field. Look at the lady who is got all the patents behind social media. Who the way that this networking work. I just seen it. She's like 72 years old, black woman. She owns 168 patents. Every app that works, she's a billionaire. They don't even talk about her money. Man, it's so much stuff black people are doing that the leaders and the innovators of, and all y'all say is more. Can you do more, black people? You gave America the culture that the world loves so much. America is known for slave dishes. Slave dishes. Think about that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say America's known for slave dishes. That's a false ass narrative.
I'm saying when it comes from a culinary perspective.
Even when it comes from a culinary perspective, America is not founded on slave food.
It's not, but that's what it's known for. You tell me if you went to another country and they said what food do American people eat? You tell me
they're gonna say hamburgers. They're gonna say hamburgers, bro.
Dishes. The hamburgers came from the German slaves.
Man, bro, let me look up as a hamburger a slave dish, bro. Hold on.
Oh my God.
That's too many ingredients. That's too many ingredients
for the cheapest food you could get. It was the cheapest food you
hamburger.
A
slave
peasant meal. In
America.
Okay. Meanwhile, you're looking for a pleasant meal.
No, it says no. A hamburger is not a.
I told you, we 2 different times, bro. We in 2 different times, bro.
I was beating fried chicken. America is more known for fried chicken than it is hamburgers.
Okay,
hey, shut up.
Fried chicken.
It's known for fried chicken.
Okay.
Right?
But like
that's,
OG,
that's an American staple, and that's the fucking slave dish.
Okay, but OG, I'm gonna get back to you.
We were the first people to fry the bird.
Okay, OG, I'm like I said, when you're talking about black excellence, once again, you're talking about your time. Okay, you're talking about your time, and I'm not gonna take anything away from black people. Black people invented the cross what they call it.
These people are still alive though. They're still leading the field.
Yes,
Tyler Perry is still alive.
Yes,
he got another 10 movies for to come out.
Okay, 10 yeah, okay, yes. I'm not taking anything from Tyler Perry. He's an excellent movie writer and stuff like that, and I respect his hustle. But we can't sit back here and say that he's not doing any damage to the black community. That's one. And then 2, like I said, yes, black people invented a lot of stuff and did a lot of stuff, which I'm never gonna take away from that. But like I said, if we're talking about this generation, and your question is where did we went wrong, is like I said, is this generation. The kids are shooting each other. Okay, the parents want to be their friends, not their parents anymore. Okay, and that is just that. All right, and then since you talking about black food so much, I know this one's gonna hit your heart. Popeyes is not even black. It's not even a black-owned fucking franchise. It's a fucking white franchise. They put a fucking black lady in there talking about Louisiana, and then they fucking and program it to you black people thinking that it's black soul food. Yeah. They put every Popeyes in a black neighborhood. It was an easy money scheme, and you guys fell for it every fucking time. You don't see KFC in your white neighborhoods.
On top of that, if we even just kind of standing on your logic, OG, how you was like hyping up slave food and saying, "Oh, slave food is what we stand for." Blah 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 blah. Listen to this though. When it comes to slave food, you're talking about food that has some of the most caloric content, the most high blood pressure content, the most high cholesterol, diabetic. Like, you talking about you realize the number one killer of the black man itself in America is high blood pressure, right? It's salt. So you talking about
the way you talking is like it's black on black crime. Is it black on black crime or is it salt? Is it black on black crime or is it
amazing?
Salt? You see how I took it full circle? I showed you the lunacy of your whole argument. We got bigger problems than black on black crime.
No. OG,
we got to deal with motherfucking salt. And y'all was talking about
the high.
No,
hey, this is what I mean by deflection.
Hold on,
this is what I mean by black folks deflection.
Yeah, LG, like I said, you're deflecting the truth. You know damn well that didn't have to do anything. You just love your fucking Popeye's chicken and your fucking high cholesterol. That's what it is. OG, let's be real.
And it's
partner. Hold on, let's talk about it. The type of diabetes that black people get can be cured with diet. You can have your fried chicken. You just got to do the work. See, I'm spelt. I'm very athletic and built because I'm OG. I got to stay in shape. And so most black people are in shape. Unfortunately, most of our women are not in shape, and that's the issue that we do have to work on.
Our ladies are down bad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I'm not even trying to. And I love my ladies, but like they're down bad, bro. They're looking like I'm gonna leave it at that.
And you know why they down bad?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What happened to the ladies? We're we supposed to have ladies on here?
Yeah, I would say since we don't have no ladies.
Are we supposed to have ladies on here?
Yeah, that's what
I wish we had.
Talking about,
but Craig, you know why they down bad, Craig? Because now you got, like I said, you have a whole group chat of fat females telling other fat females, "You look good. You can go eat another piece of burger."
And OG telling them they look good.
You understand? Oh my God, what? You cheated on your diet?
I like me a nice 160. 170. I like a 170.
That's some nasty work.
That's not big. Is that big?
5'9", 170, man. That's what you want. That's what you want. I'm trying to have an athlete. What you think? What you think, LeBron?
So you trying to have an athlete with an overweight woman and high cholesterol and chicken around?
No, 170. Is that big?
Yes,
of course
it's
not.
Most
really women are like
my bad.
Nothing about female weight. Okay, nothing. 170.
Hey, look at the on screen. Look at what's on screen, bro. Sticks. I want you to respond to that, Sticks.
Back to back. Sticks is asleep. I don't know when you're gonna realize that, but
I'm trying to see if he awake. Sticks.
Yo, what's good?
Okay.
Poop up that guy.
Respond to what's on screen, dude.
What that shit say? I don't like how all these good black female role models are back to back the last 2 years.
What you think that's about?
What you want me to say?
What you think that's about?
I don't know.
What you think that's about? You don't think that's
I'm
by
not
design?
I'm not.
I think that's by
design.
design.
I don't know who he's talking about.
So the way. Okay, what I see with what T-Bone is saying is this shit is set up by design, bro.
Who's the good black female role models though? Who are you talking about? Who are we talking about?
Like them Haley Baileys, them fucking.
Haley Bailey is the good black female role model.
That's what.
No.
She looks like a. She looks like a
single mother.
Time out.
Looks like a fish or something.
Time out. Tiempo out. She don't go out though.
She was showing
Bro.
ass before she got pregnant. What's the single good? What's the good black female role?
No.
What is no, nigga? You.
So listen, let me get the point. Before,
Facts.
before she got pregnant and all of this shit, right? Before all of that, she was a good role model, bro. Like she was the Little Mermaid, like straight up. Then
made her a role
Mermaid
model.
give up the ass.
Huh?
without getting married.
Nigga, you think
White
her
liberals
acting
made
in
her a
one
role
movie,
model,
one
not
movie
us.
makes her a
Got
role
married
model? Like, what are we
at
talking about? She was in one movie that makes her a role model.
She was in
Listen,
one movie.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
White liberals
Listen,
told
she
us
was
she had to
showing
be a role
guys
model.
before she got pregnant. What are we
Called
talking
this
about, bro?
Democratic
Literally
benign
showing ass.
neglect.
I used to follow her on Instagram. She was thirst trapping. That's your good role model? Nigga, are we serious?
Thirst
Are
trap
we
Barbie?
serious? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, she wasn't on no Cardi B, damn near
Yeah,
half a
spitting. He's
whole titty
spitting.
on screen, but come on, bro. This cannot be who's the good role model we talking about?
hey,
Please, use
shout out to
somebody
you,
else. That
Holly.
is
I
a
hope
horrible
your dad is
fucking
doing
example.
well, bro. For real. Y'all pray for Holly's dad.
Yeah, Holly, he's in my prayers. Holly lives a crazy life, man. She's always, every time it's time to do something, she has something crazy. Like, she's a movie. She's like me. We always got something nobody believes going on. It's freaking crazy.
Nigga,
What?
No, I'm saying, no, let me explain. Let me explain. No, let me explain. No, let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. No, let me explain. I told y'all.
Immediately
Listen,
ready to
Man, we
smoke
have
this
to
with.
do
Like,
it
bro,
like
just
this.
took
I
all the
told.
credit
Listen.
for that woman.
Hold on. Wait. I told.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
wait.
like me, bro.
Hold on, wait. I would tell y'all. I'm high first off, so I would tell y'all that like I made like $3,000 like in three days, and people would be like, "That is so unbelievable. It ain't happening." Just like I told
Nigga,
y'all,
what that got
I
to
didn't
do
tell
with
y'all.
that
I was
being
with.
a
I'm
hospital?
I was.
doing a dad been in the
No, but I'm
hospital,
saying
bro.
I was
Y'all
with.
gotta
No, I'm
let
saying I was
That's
with.
crazy.
life
So I made
flex
three
with
No,
grand.
you.
no,
They want to kick
I was
you
with.
like
No,
flex.
I'm saying I was with my Okay, I was with my son trying to get him some express because he was homecoming
Oh
and
my
he ended up not
god.
going. What I'm saying is Holly.
Fresh.
Every
I
time,
wouldn't have
okay,
went
Holly.
either.
What I meant to say, I'm high, Holly. What I meant to say was every time, like I want to hear from you or talk to you on the phone or something, you always come up with something you're doing. It's either planting
Bro, I
some
don't think she
flowers,
could
or
this,
it's
bro.
it's like you doing laundry and you fell in the washer. It's just something that going on. So
Stop.
it's no, it's a running joke. It's a
Bro,
running
Somebody
joke
just got to
that we
teach
have.
DJ
I
how
don't
to
think
talk.
she would. Bro, I don't think she would
No,
come
it's a
up.
running joke.
I don't think she would come up with "my dad is in the hospital" as a thing to say so that she don't got to come on pedal, bro.
No. I'm not saying she made that up. I'm saying that like she always has something going on. Like I needed to know how to make a smoothie, and I called her, and she said I think like she's something with I think she was like walking a dog, and the dog ran off the leash, and she had to like chase the dog for like an hour, and then I'm just playing Holly. I'm high. I'm sorry.
Bro,
I'm
Dennis.
high. I'm
Oh,
gonna need this. I'm
Dennis.
gonna need this solid.
Hey, Holly, I'm
Don't
gonna.
blame me.
Nah,
I'm
hold
gonna-
on.
I'm
But
gonna
hold on. I don't
apologize.
want to tell her. I
Bro,
don't want us to
listen,
blame
Holly,
you
I want to
on that.
apologize if I have to
Dick.
Dennis. That nigga's high, bro. Listen, don't even listen to what he's saying, bro. He just
Who
went
are
through
the
his
good
16th surgery,
black
Dennis.
female role models?
Damn, bro. Like, let
Of
her
course.
live.
Well, when you get old, no, of course, when you get old, you're gonna have surgeries. I'm old. I had surgery like a
Oh my
few years
god,
ago.
bro.
Actually, I had a back injections done.
Bro, Dennis would be the worst, bro. Dennis would be the worst boss. You probably tell him, hey, bro, I'm gonna have to take the day off. My dad just got surgery. Oh, you know how long that's gonna take? Because we're gonna need you. Like what?
Hold on, wait. I had one of my
DJ
model
like,
chicks.
Show
I had
your
one of the
dad in
chicks
the
that used
bed.
to.
We need the views.
Bro, I had one of these chicks who used to be like one of the CS models. I remember she came to me and said her boyfriend's mom died, and she needed to be there to like support him throughout the night. And I'm like, man, you better bring yourself to work, or you ain't coming back. Like I don't play no games. I'm sorry. Like that's your boyfriend's dad. You're not supposed to have a boyfriend. You don't miss.
Mother-in-law? That's basically her mother-in-law.
Don't matter. You better get yourself to work, or I'm replacing you.
So look, back to the good black female role model.
But now let's reverse the tables though, Dennis. If something happened to your family, are you allowed to call out, or do you just go show up and deliver the packages?
No, if somebody died, I'm gonna be delivering their packages. I can't miss that.
Oh!
No, I'm gonna
Brain Sleeter Snow, tell him you know the culture. Shout out to the
Actually,
real
I'm happy you said
real
that because
delivery
if that's your
boys in the
stance,
building.
then we can respect you being the way you
Let
are.
No, I'm
me
gonna work.
let me say something. Y'all heard that story about Andrew Tate where he said like he had an important business meeting and he missed his father's funeral to go to a business meeting. So there's people like that out there, you know.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
listen,
how I am. I would miss it
I
too.
think context is a lot to do with a lot of things. He probably didn't even care for his dad, or you know what I mean, or
No, he cared. No, he cared about his. He cared about his.
Yeah,
dad.
he loved his father.
Dad.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Father.
Well, shit,
But
it probably could have been one of
his
those
father
things.
rose him fuck up.
Maybe listen. Imagine if a lot of people died that week, right? And you got to go to like 5 funerals. I'll probably get tired of funerals that week.
Greg. 5:33, we up.
Contact
we up, Greg. 5:33, we up. Yeah.
Context matters.
RG, you're so silly. Do you know what he's talking about? He's so silly, RG. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, what does 533 mean?
Yeah.
Craig, you remember the numbers you were reading off?
Oh yeah, the amount of white chips. Yes, wow, bro.
Learn.
Wow, bro. So, hold on. Sounds like black community. Driving Wolf said it sounds like the black community with funerals.
If any of you guys know this white creamy sauce that Chick-fil-A sells,
stop, bro. Stop.
It's so amazing.
Say that sentence a different way, bro. Say that sentence a different way.
No, I'm saying it is amazing. It's freaking great.
You got to start a sentence off differently.
I will argue.
Then they say he loved white cream. Jesus Christ.
I will argue the decline of positive black female role models started with the removal of Living Single from TV. Trans is just a carbon copy of the television show Living Single. Point by point, I'm telling you. Yeah, we really got to look at black media from the 90s. It's going to be studied, I think, in the next 10 years because they had the true pulse and touch of American culture and the beat of what was going on of innovative storytelling.
And that's why I said OG like it's 2 different times, man. And I agree with what you said because perfect example, Good Times, the mother. That was the pinnacle of black woman right there. That was a true definition of a black woman, a black mother. That's how a black mother should act, how she should move and maneuver. Now, what we got now, we got
even the Cosby Show, bro.
Cosby shows and stuff like that. But now, look what we got now. We got Bad Girls Club. We got Jocelyn Hernandez Cabernet. We got all these shows that just make women look like sluts and hoes and terrible. Now you got young women that want to be that. You literally got young women out there that want to be a Cardi B, that want to have kids out of wedlock, and then glorify it. So that's that.
First of all, I love the way that this young man disagrees with me because he concedes my points is right, and he does give a lot of good examples that's hard to push back on.
Well, my thing is though, is like
in this particular case, I can push back. I'm a father of a daughter. She's not dotted up. Most of her page is Minecraft shit. Now she's at an HBCU studying marine biology. She ain't even studying no bullshit degree. You know, so I think good fathers that I think most black fathers are is good fathers out there. Most women ain't dotting it up.
Hold on, wait. Did you say she's studying marine biology?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, but OG, we
why? Dude, you said you're a good father. Why would you have her studying marine biology? That's a liberal, pointless, stupid degree. Like what?
Because she can become like an actual.
Nah, it's needed. It's needed.
Yeah, we're talking about the eradication of the coastline. She studies marine wildlife and plants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dennis. Dennis, what you talking about, bro?
That's
They
just
make a
really
lot of
great,
money.
bro.
What the hell are you talking about?
Marine,
I think that
listen, you thinking of listen. I'm thinking you thinking of the terms wrong. Anything you got to remember, bro. Anything that ends in "ist" is gonna get you a lot of money, bro.
I was
Yeah,
thinking.
so-
I think I was thinking
Now,
about environment, but that's the same thing.
Now,
No,
if you
no,
graduate,
Dennis.
like a psychiatrist
Yeah.
will get a lot of money. Like a chick that graduates in biology, like is gonna get a lot of money. Now,
Dennis, I think the clouds
psychology ain't gonna get you money.
Yeah, Dennis, I think the weed is hitting you hard. But anyways, OG,
It might be.
Yeah, but
So I'm just saying this. I know, and
Let me
you
knock
guys see her
myself
little
back.
friend group. I'm just saying this. I know example large swaths of just honest, conservative. Because even though my daughter acts like she's liberal, she's very conservative. She holds a lot of my values at heart. You know, there's a lot of chaste women out there. You know, that you're gonna have to date, that you're gonna have to court. You know, I think I hate to say it, a lot of you young men are looking in the wrong places.
Do you think? Okay,
I believe that.
OG, let me ask you a question. Since your daughter is going to college, do you feel that there is a sense of brainwashing that she's gonna that she's gonna have placed upon her by her college professors when it comes to adopting a more libertarian way of thinking?
Yes, I constantly say I do. It's a huge fear of mine. I just, that's why I have to lean on my teachers as a father, and what I've instilled in her, and our open communication, and the belief that she'll come to me when things don't align with what I've been saying.
Do you think? So, is the university that she going to a HBCU or is she going to a white university?
She's going to a HBCU. She's going to a HBCU. I ain't gonna. I'll be wanting to say where she's going, like go whatever. But no, she's going to a HBCU.
Don't say the exact school. Please don't say the exact
I ain't
school.
saying that.
Don't say the exact.
She's going to a HBCU. She had an HBCU.
Okay. And now my other question is,
because I'm pro-black. I'm pro-black. Of course, my daughter's at an HBCU.
Absolutely. But even though HBCUs are pro-black, do you think they're teaching the proper messages to our youth to stop black on black violence, or are they indeed like perpetuating it and making excuses? Like, do you think HBCUs are helping or hurting when it comes to
why are you gonna push back on me like that? I believe HBCUs are institutions that are too big to fail. Right? We talk about those in the dominant society. We do have those in our society because we're the next dominant society. It's too big to fail. I like to think a lot of that liberal messaging and push isn't as strong on HBCU campuses because they really don't want to deal with black issues. They only want to focus on black excellence. Remember, a big part of Black Greek fraternities is community work and outreach. That's why where you see a lot of HBCUs, the surrounding communities are pretty good. Even though you would say there's some HBCUs in downtown Atlanta, if you look at the areas surrounding them, it's the upper middle class areas of downtown Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would say HBCUs actually hurt the community when it comes to pushing a more libertarian way of thinking, simply because I'm a firm believer of America is not going to let something just stand up in public and just be like so readily available that's going to make black people better. I don't believe they're going to let anything that just pushes black people in a positive direction that's going to make them wake up to just be an easy resource to attain. You feel me?
I mean, to be fair,
so what I mean by it is,
to be fair, it's not, because with all this financial student aid, I still got to pay like $7,000 a year cash for it to go to school.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, HBCUs are just. You ever go to your restroom, right? And you ain't got no potpourri in your restroom, do you? Right? Y'all
I'm
know
a
what potpourri
fucking man. Of course, I ain't got no potpourri.
Okay, right. And so when you take a shit, it's a raw shit, right? And you
Raw
like,
shit. It's a raw
yeah,
shit. I
it's
mean,
raw
we
shit.
get a little graphic. Why we attacking me?
Hold
I got
on,
a spray. I got
I'm
a spray. It ain't gonna stay raw. I do got a spray.
When you
I
go to your
freshen up.
grandma's house, remember when you used to go to your grandma's house and you take a shit? It was amazing.
Potpourri?
Yeah. Potpourri is a
Amazing
lot more
experience.
pleasant.
Like potpourri, it smelled like a flower in there. It smelled amazing in there.
Now,
Right?
I do
But
be getting that little
did that,
thing
hold on.
with the gel when you take
But
the
hold
cap.
on. Hold on, though. Did that take away from you still taking a huge steaming shit, though?
Nah, I didn't.
It did. So listen. I say that to say this. The way I see HBCUs is basically taking a huge steamy shit at your grandma's house, because you still gonna have people up at these HBCUs bullshitting, learning the same shit that they learning at these white campuses. The only difference is they're just accepted by black people because they're HBCUs. So we're blinded to the fact of thinking, oh,
Are you anti-college, Craig?
I'm not anti-college, not by any means. I'm anti-learning shit that you don't have to learn, like some prerequisites, like taking English 16. Like when nigga, you only need to take one class.
Craig.
Like,
you eventually have to learn in English that synonyms don't exist. Words don't mean what other words mean. Each word has the individual meaning and the time of usage. You can't give a lot of this shit to a nigga all at once. If you still say nigga, you're not ready for English 16.
You just said it.
That's why I took English 16.
Well, why don't you just not be a nigga and just be a man,
Yeah,
a Black American
why
and
don't
take
you?
it?
First
Or
off,
be an African.
English 16 is not a thing. But
what I'm saying is, most people don't have a desire to speak a higher or esteemed languages. But the people
no, it's not just about English. What I'm saying is like prerequisites and stuff like that. I'm not opposed to going to college, but I'm opposed to how college is done. College is done to kind of make you take a bunch of bullshit ass classes to make you pay for a bunch of extra shit to kind of like expand the amount of money.
It's definitely a paywall. The only way to improve your class is through education.
If college worked more so like, okay, let's say you want to go to be a businessman, right? If you only had to go to the classes that would expedite you into being the best businessman you could be, then I would say yes, everybody needs to go to college. But that's not how they do it. They make you take a bunch of bullshit to lower your GPA, to fuck with you and do all this other shit for the sake of saying, you went through the experience, when there's some shit that you just don't need to learn. You feel me?
Yep.
Like
my hope is that my daughter finds a nice
you gotta take
husband
art history class
in college and quits college. That's my hope.
Like
that's what I'm paying for.
But I do believe like the way like some of the messaging that's done at HBCUs and stuff like that are just as bad as regular white old universities, bro.
Can I say something on that?
I have to agree because Morehouse College had this big push about being open to this all male black college now, being open to cross dressing and transgender students. And because there was a lot of people saying, why am I seeing people in dresses at Morehouse? Just thought that was an all boys school, and everybody like it is. And we don't know what to say instead of enforcing the dress code of Morehouse College. You know, it was people pushing for them to do that. So I do understand what you're saying about the liberal messaging impacting HBCUs.
So why is it that the only race that has a only black college, why is that a thing? That's promoting blacks. That's promoting black supremacy.
Well, the reason is because we don't call Harvard a white college, but that's what it is, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's not a white college.
Sure it is.
There's incentives.
HBCUs are the attempt to offset, because you got to think A lot of
No,
these
it's
historical
it's the
black
culture of
colleges,
black supremacy. It's the culture of black supremacy.
you got to think a lot of these HBCUs used to be non-funded black schools. 'Cause remember, before segregation, black people still had to go to school. Where do y'all think they were going to school at? So when
So
we made our own institution of higher learning, HBCU grantship was the way
So
for these
why isn't
schools.
there an Asian college? Why isn't there an all Asian college, an all white college?
okay, so I'm gonna answer your question with no trolling, and I'm not even trying to agree with OG, but I just got to speak the facts. They were created to provide higher education to Black Americans who were systematically excluded from mainstream white instruction, bro. Like straight up, it was due to like racial discrimination. So they had to create colleges because some colleges were legitimately saying, if you black, you cannot go here.
Okay.
I don't
So
give a
my
damn if you made
pushback, my
150,000
pushback.
uses for
They
the
really started to
peanut.
pop up
You
like
can't
post,
go to this school.
like
You
post
invented the stoplight. You can't go to this school. You
My
invented.
pushback, my
Go ahead.
so my pushback to that is like they're only allowing the elite of black men to go to this college. So you are favoritizing the elite,
Are
the
you fucking
1%,
kidding me?
the
Hold on.
Are you
1%,
kidding me?
the
Let him finish.
1%.
Yes. Some of us are better than the rest of
Hold
us.
Okay,
on.
It's
Are
okay.
you
nothing
out of your
wrong with
mind?
that.
Stop.
Driving the well. Driving the well. Can let me.
Stop. Let him finish first. Let Driving the Wealth get his point out first. Then y'all go, please. Let's have some decorum. We've been doing well. Let's have some form, man.
Thank you. So you're promoting the 1% of black men that are in your community to go to this prestigious college, and you're not putting on a fair playing field for the rest of the black men in society. I'm sorry, but you're favoritizing the 1% because they have money. You are not helping the black community. You are helping 1% of the black community.
So Nab,
And now everybody put your hands
Um,
together. Let's give a
Nab,
round
you
of
go
applause for the
I can't
racism
believe what
of
I'm
low
hearing.
expectation.
Listen,
That's
so
I
what you're
can't
trying to
believe what
tell
I'm
y'all.
hearing.
hold on.
Driving
There's
the
a lot
well.
of, listen, Driving the Wealth.
Driving the well. If I
Here, but hold on. There's a lot of ignorance in what you're saying because white people go to HBCUs all the time.
yes,
I'm gonna start with
All the time. Because
let-
part of the way they get their
Nab,
funding,
you go
they
first.
can't be exclusively
Nab, you
black.
go first. Then
Okay.
OG. I gotta
driving the well.
white
If
people
if
go
I
to HBCUs all
if I told you
the time.
like Harvard only allows smart people, that's elitism. Why shouldn't Morehouse get the best of the best? I hope they do get even better than you're getting now.
So the whole system is rigged though, because it's only the 1% of any kind of race that goes to that college. It's not.
What's wrong with that? Let them be great. Good
Okay,
for them.
okay, so if you're so proud of an HBCU, then let people from the hood go to an HBCU.
They do driving a lot. They don't care where you come from. It's about grades and stuff like that, right?
HBCUs are predominantly populated by black women.
Yes. They don't care where you come. If you're gonna spin this into some kind of social like ladder thing, okay, obviously, yeah, that's something separate though.
But white
Exactly.
people use as well, Driving the Wealth. I just need you to be aware of that.
Yeah, do you know that, Driving the Wealth? White people can go there.
It will be.
Yes,
It will be
yes,
absolutely
yes,
legal.
but
It will be absolutely
this is a favoritism in society. This is why the Black America is not being brought up. It's only destroying the culture because the person in the hood wants to go to that historic black college, but they can't do it
What are
because they
you?
don't have the resources.
You're the person now. You're helping the hood person now. You care about them.
No,
Of
hold
course,
on.
I was in the
Let
hood.
me
I was
go.
in the
First
slums.
of all, the prestige of an HBCU is great. Graduating from LSU Tigers is the same as if you graduate from Grambling. A lot of respect and esteem is attached to a Grambling educational degree.
Yeah.
So again, so don't be sitting here. Second, it's the
Can
talented
I?
10th. The Greek
Remy,
fraternity
Remy, can
say
first
they
go
only
next.
allow only
Sit
10%
down.
of the culture will be in the Greek fraternity. They call it the talented 10th. About 25 to 30% of every culture is going to college. That's across all races. 30% of black people go to college. Okay. And that's why we have a middle class. See, that's why I keep saying y'all focused on the wrong thing. The stats are more in the conversations about this, how we're excelling at schools of higher education.
All right,
Yeah.
your turn. Your
Just
turn, Remy.
just to elaborate. Not elaborate, but driving well. If you said black got people in the hood want to go to college, and that's not true. That's not true. Not some of them, yes, but not all of them. They trying to make it out, and they and their mindset of making it out is being successful, and uh, and their mindset of being successful is either becoming a basketball player, a rapper, or somewhat in the entertainment business. But I'm
Well,
not
that's
saying that.
unrealistic. That's
Wait, yeah, I
unrealistic.
know it's unrealistic, but hey, that's reality.
Hold
Um,
on, do y'all think all black people lives are a rap record? Do you think?
No.
Do y'all think everybody is
Driving
living
to well.
Tyrese baby boy's life? That's how y'all are talking.
wait, wait,
No.
wait,
Most
wait,
people are
wait,
living
wait,
average American
wait. Hold on,
lives.
Craig. Let me get.
They know all their teachers. They went to the same high school and middle school in the same city. They got married, had some kids.
Okay. With the Tyrese thing, I think yes, Tyrese is singing about his life because the way he cries so much, yes, it's emotional behind that
My
song.
Shayla.
But anyways, with the black college thing is with the whole black college thing, like I said, even if let's say the average black person does go to college, that doesn't mean they're gonna be successful. You understand? And that's just go for any race, to be honest.
Facts.
Yeah, that's just go
Yeah.
with any race, to be honest.
Hold on.
So
We can't say people going to college are not being successful. That's a
no,
bad.
I
That's
didn't
a
say
false. It's
no,
not only
OG.
bad.
No,
It's a false
OG.
narrative.
No, OG, listen, I didn't say all black people. I said majority. I said most people, most black people go to college and they're not even on the field that they went to college for. You understand? So that's that, and it's not even in driving well. If you're saying this FIU stuff and these things, though, that's what's causing college is not causing black people to be where they at right now. It's just the community never pushed college into black people. They push them. Oh, yo, you got to be a rapper. Oh, you nice with a basketball. Oh, yeah, you're gonna be the next Michael Jordan. You understand? Oh, shoot, you know how to talk. You can be a nice drug dealer. You understand? Oh, damn, girl, you got a nice ass. You can shake your ass in music videos, and you could be a good video vixen. That's what's causing the black. So that college shit is it really doesn't matter. It's either
It's the
fucking read.
culture.
Wow.
Wait.
It's
Candace Owens
Wait,
went to college.
wait. It's always
mm.
is it, the
The
college thing.
beautiful black queen, Candace Owens, went to college.
Yes, and like I said,
Does
it's
that make
either
her perfect?
yeah, but that's like I said.
What in the world?
The college
No,
the
no, it
college
doesn't.
thing only comes to the black person if he's smart to maneuver in college, he knows how to pronounce, he knows how to put words together, and he have a talent. Okay, but the average black person, he's not mostly focused on going to college unless he's want to be a fucking nurse
Did you say the
or
average? Are you saying the average black person is untalented?
no, I'm not saying that he's
No, I
untalented,
Yeah, what?
think
OG.
I'm
That's
trying.
not
I'm
what
Remy.
trying
I'm
to.
saying.
Listen, I'm feeling
Hold on,
for you.
OG.
I'm
OG.
reaching out there. I just can't
Let me
find you. I'm not
let
feeling
me
what you.
say something. I think what Remy is saying is that black people go to college for the wrong reason. Is that it?
No, I'm not saying they're going to reason,
Oh,
but no, I mean, because driving wealth is talking about college is holding black people. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the average black person that doesn't have like a talent like basketball or football and stuff like that. They usually go to school to get something that they know is gonna be like a 2 year thing, like a 2, 3, 4 year thing, like becoming a nurse or health aide or stuff like that. You understand? And most of them don't even stay in college because due to life events that happens in their life. So like, I'm just saying the whole college thing is either you have the resources, you have things that could back you up so you can stay focused in college. Just like OG, like how you are the backbone of your daughter going to college, she could do that. She can go to college. She's gonna be successful because she have the resources. But a lot of young black men and a lot of young black female don't really have that now these days. That's what I'm trying to say.
But the thing is, the thing is that, you know, like as a white male, you know, I wanted to be a GI Joe. You know what I mean? I wanted to be an army man. I wanted to be all these great things. but like when it got down to it, like when I graduated high school, and I realized the totalitarianism of society today, like, I had to be realistic, and I had to be like, okay, let me put on my big boy panties and fucking be.
What does that have to do with HBCUs?
You wear panties? Yeah.
My big boy panties.
I was trying to see where he was gonna land his plane. I think he chose a new destination.
Wait. Is he still awake?
No, he's dead asleep. But okay, but driving well, like I don't know where you was trying to land that plane at. I really don't know what the fuck you was trying to land that plane at. But,
no. So what I was saying is, like, you know, like, regardless if I want to be, like you guys were saying earlier about being wanting to be a rapper, or, like, you know, video vixen or all this shit. You know what I mean? We have to be realistic in life. And so it comes down to what life hands you, and then you decide, like, okay, this is more realistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand where you're going for, and that's what I said. Like, our culture is taught to, become this rapper. You could become this rapper. Your friends behind you is like, yeah, bro, you could become this, that. But it's like, yes, it's easy to say that. Yes, we got to be realistic, but a lot of people can't let that dream or that vision in their head go. So like I said, it's either for you to be successful in college, you have to have the resources.
Why little black boys the only people who can't have dreams? Are y'all listening to what y'all saying?
Oh Lord.
No,
I mean they can, but they have to.
I think you're selective hearing, because I didn't only said black. That I didn't even say that. I'm just saying, like, races in general, like, for a person to become successful in college, he have to know what he's getting himself into. He got to know what field he wants to. A lot of people just don't do that. A lot of people just follow what other people tell them. Yo, my mom just told me to be a nurse. Oh, my mom told me to be a doctor. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we going. A lot of people don't even know what they want to be. So that's where I'm going at. And that's why a lot of in the black community, a lot of these young dudes just land on the, I want to become a rapper route. Oh, I'm nice with the ball. I want to be MJ.
Like, okay, I gotta get some pushback. I gotta get some pushback. My nephew here with us now. 2 weeks he leaves to go off to the military. You know, he going out there.
Shout out to him.
I'm trying to understand, who are these people that y'all know, and why do they have such a limited look on what they can be in life?
Okay, but OG, okay, that's one out of a million. Not saying 1 out of a million, but your nephew, like I said, it's all about in the environment. Your nephew,
I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be by himself when he get there.
No, of course. I'm saying is because the environment. His parents guide him in the right path, so to make him to make that decision. You understand? It was not bullshit that was thrown at him to become a rapper. None of his friends was like, "Hey, bro, you a good rapper. Become a rapper. Come join the streets." Not like he didn't have that. So that's why he chose that path. That's why he's in a good and narrow path. But like I said, OG, if you go outside or you go in the hood and you it was a YouTube video. This white guy, because he interviews the hoods and stuff like that. He asked these young black kids, what was the last book they read? They can't even tell you what the last book they fucking read. But they're so quick to throw up gang signs. And you know is why? It's because they fucking friends.
What was the last book you read, my nigga, as an adult? What was the last book any of y'all?
Let me ask the better question. if they don't want to be in the hood,
I just
why would I go to the hood? That's the part I don't understand.
Oh.
If they don't want to be there, why am I going there? Why am I going there?
Okay, yeah, but that's like, yeah, OG, but that's your perspective. They literally have a whole song saying you don't gotta like it, but the hood's gonna love it. Okay, and a lot of people fucking like that song. It's like I said, it's like, OG, just because you have that mindset, that doesn't mean majority of black people have that mindset.
I disagree. I think the majority of black people have my mindset. I think the majority of the black people look at this panel as a represent. Who on this panel is a criminal? Statistically,
Most
two of
likely
us are supposed to be a criminal.
Most likely,
Dennis is a criminal.
Dennis looked up like,
yeah, mostly Dennis.
I'm a good black.
Dennis, you're a scammer.
No, I'm a good black.
I'm a good black.
Amazing.
That's crazy.
Call
He
yourself
said he's one of the good ones.
No,
One
I
of the
don't
good
think.
boys.
No, I don't think. To respond to that question, I don't think a person want to be a rapper entertainer is looked upon. It's actually more glorified. You got to be crazy to say that, because then it will be no point of social media. You got these entertainers want to be rappers and stuff like that, and dick riding each other. So that right there, that theory is out of the water, because it's still high value. Everybody trying to make it. Look at all these YNs at the NBA YoungBoy concert. Like, what? Like, come on now.
If I could just say one thing about the HBCUs, sorry, I just wanted to make this one point, okay? I know a lot of people, they might not think they're as stringent as the other ones, but I can tell you for a fact, I know many Howard University alums, and how they say a black man has to work twice as hard to get half the credit. They're very, very difficult to get through, and they should be looked at the same as Harvard, Yale, all the other ones. All right, just wanted to throw that in there.
I feel that.
All right.
I think it is true. A black man got to work 10 times harder to be where he's at, because due to racism, and then also not even racism, is just how other black. Somebody in the panel said, "Do Kevin Gate represent all of us?" That's my hero. Yeah, somebody in the panel said that. When you have people like that, you understand.
No, he's a good guy. Kevin Gates is a good guy. No.
Yeah,
I mean, now he is.
No, he's a fake Muslim.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Damn.
But like I said, when you have people like that, like a Boosie Badass and stuff like that, representing black people, it makes it 10 times harder for a person like Craig or Dennis or somebody like OG or Sticks, to try to get a nice corporate job.
Question?
Go ahead, Sticks.
Why do y'all put so much emphasis on the opinion of a celebrity? And I'm not asking that as a black person. I'm asking that as it's very odd, especially when it comes to political. Like, you understand this individual's upbringing or lifestyle might not necessarily correlate to yours as a regular person. Hence why they're celebrity status. But yeah, you want them to represent the everyday person. It seems asinine as backwards to me.
No, it's not saying that that's the case. It's just that's what's just been pushing it out. You understand? You understand?
No, that has been the case.
If I say Obama, somebody's gonna pen and be like, "Oh shit, no, he represents gay people." You understand? It's just like I said. It's just things like this.
The thing is, people love celebrities, right? And if you look at the psychology of it,
disregard their political opinion, though. That's not that never made sense. Remember the Dave Chappelle skit? Oh shit, some shit just happened. Somebody go tell me, go get Ja Rule, let's see what he thinks. This goes back to that same dynamic where it's like you're putting this political responsibility. I'm not saying people of influence do not have a responsibility in their communities that they influence, but this political responsibility that they should know. Like,
Kirk, I want to rebuttal his rebuttal.
I don't give a fuck what Gal Gadot got to say.
Okay, but Sticks. But Sticks.
6ix9ine got to say.
Okay, but Sticks. Here's the thing: you may be like maybe 3% that can think for themselves. Majority of the United States cannot think for themselves. They use celebrity as puppets. They use celebrities as puppets.
The whole election,
the whole election, the Kamala Harris campaign. What did she use for her campaign? A bunch of celebrities. What the fuck, Megan Thee Stallion? Wait. No, to answer your question. What the fuck, Megan Thee Stallion know anything about politics? Nothing. But but little girls do analyze her. What do Magic Johnson? Magic Johnson never voted in a fucking election. What the fuck he's doing there? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Black guys that want to be in the NBA, you know what I'm saying, analyzing. You got to understand, these celebrities, you understand, sad to say, you understand, for people that can't think for themselves, they control a lot of people that can't think for themselves, okay? It's just that. It's just that. Okay.
Well, the thing is also it's social engineering.
I understand that's happening,
right?
My question is why?
Yeah, it's social engineering.
I'm not disputing that it happens. I've seen it. I watched last year's election. I saw Joe Rogan go and tell people Trump is the shit, and people voted just off that. Like you said, we saw Megan Thee Stallion.
Yep.
I'm not even trying to be funny, bro. Like, what the fuck Joe Rogan know about politics? This nigga is high. He's higher than Dennis, like 247. But what the fuck are we worried about Joe Rogan? This is a UFC commentator, people. Fear Factor, man. That's your political compass. Like, my nigga, be serious. And Meg Thee Stallion and all the people on Kamala's side.
My nigga, be serious. You said the Fear Factor guy. That's the realest take I ever.
I'm just saying, like, these are celebrities, and there's nothing wrong with that. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Meg Thee Stallion, Joe Rogan, Theo Von. Theo Von is a fucking comedian. Andrew Schultz is a fucking. What is Trump doing on Andrew Schultz's comedy show, on his comedy podcast?
Bingo.
What the fuck are we doing?
You gotta understand. No, you gotta wonder who's he trying to tap into. He's tapping into someone.
But like I
right?
said,
I get that.
Yeah, like
but
that.
it's like that doesn't, and that's why I blame the people, okay? Because if the people are intelligent enough to know and discern, then you're not in a situation where Andrew Schultz is your political compass for a progression.
Education.
Right? Like, fuck the impression, fuck the charisma. Politics should never be about who sounds or looks good. It should be about what they can do. Because we need to remember, the position of a leader is servitude. You owe the people. Half the reason why you cannot be in a leadership position if people don't listen to you. And the only reason people will ever listen to you or appoint you in a position is because they believe that you have the foresight. You see a bigger picture. You're able, right, to take everybody with you to a better position in spite of their selfish tendencies.
Hold on, Sticks. Let me just.
So my question was more like general.
Yeah, but
you sound like you guys are like African professor right now.
Hold
you giving us the smackdown. Go ahead.
Hold on, Sticks. Let me ask you a question because you're gonna give me. I know you're gonna give me a long paragraph. Sticks. Like you just said it. If people were smart enough, that's what that's the answer I gave you. People can't think for themselves. Majority of people in the United States can't think for themselves. They follow other people. Just like one of the videos me and Craig was watching, a woman was like, "Oh, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris," and then the guy said, "Okay, can you give us why?" She said, "Well, because my husband told me to." That's like I said. This is the United States. This is where it's at, bro. And they
now hold on. I gotta get some pushback. That's a woman using her vote wisely. That's a woman. Her husband said so. That's the one using her vote.
No,
wow.
OG, no, OG.
Stop.
It's not using the
wow.
You just
put on your Dennis shoes.
You just
sound
love
like
the
Dennis.
You just love the man that is the charge of the household mentality.
Yeah, I had to get some pushback. I didn't see a problem with that. I thought to say give her 2 votes.
No, that was not a pushback. That was
you heard what OG said? You heard what OG said, Dennis?
What?
Say it again.
What did he say?
I said, you said the woman said, you said, why you vote for this? She said her husband said so. I said, that's a woman using her vote correctly. Give her 2 votes. She using her vote the way her vote was intended to be used.
Hey, Cali girl, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, like I said, OG.
Hey, Dennis said, I'm trying to get around here, boy. Dennis said, I'm trying to get invited to. You Houston.
OG, that
I
was
don't want
sexist,
no
but
smoke.
it's whatever. But
That boy is
but
Dennis. Hey,
I'm
you
not. I'm on my
smart.
best behavior. I'm not being misogynist today.
but like I
Hey,
said,
you say, I'm trying to
Hey,
get in.
it used to be. It
Man.
used to be you didn't even talk politics
I want
to
to
your
come to
girl
Houston too.
for fear of fainting. She might faint. What you mean let her vote, man?
Stop, please,
I mean,
OJ.
that
Please.
means his girl got his pocket.
okay. But we're getting
Huh?
off though. We're getting off track though. But like I said, with Sticks, that's to answer your question. You may not like it, but it's the sad, honest truth. A lot of Americans cannot think for themselves, so they use public figures. They use acceptance to guide them in life, and that's what they use it.
Okay.
Like really, you really think J-Lo ain't know anything?
Let me go after you.
Go ahead, man.
I
Sorry,
have a
I was
rebuttal
just gonna
before
say.
you proceed with that.
Oh, go ahead.
Or are
Sorry.
you going to contribute to the conversation, or are you going to start a new one?
No, I'm gonna go right after what he said. I'm going on what he said.
Okay.
Look.
Well, I'm gonna throw this out, and then
Yeah.
because I do want to hear what you have to say too. Actually, no bullshit. My question then is, based on what you said, you as an American, do y'all, and this goes out to everybody in the panel, even the chat, do you think Americans are stupid and can't think for themselves, or
Yeah.
Americans are lazy and don't want to think for themselves?
Both.
Okay, so this is what I'd say to that. You can't blame people because first of all, peer pressure doesn't end in middle school. I'm sure all of you here all of y'all have a 9 to 5. In the workplace, you can't you can be the best worker in the building. If the supervisor or manager don't like you, you're not going to get promoted. So now you got to make people like you, which is like a whole job within a job. But anyways,
He's
you
spitting
can't
right
blame.
now. He's spitting right now.
You can't blame the general public for being misled because these people that are in charge are using social engineering, and there's something called behavioral psychology. It's extremely predictable to figure out what a human is going to do. If you put a whole bunch of people in a housing project and put 10 jobs for 100 people, they're going to fight each other. I mean, these things are very obvious, so you can't blame people. You can try to take their hand and, take them.
People is crazy.
No, Nab. Only the blacks, Nab. Only the blacks gonna fight each other. Whites live in trailer parks. Nobody got a job. And they're never fighting. There's never shooting. Nobody being robbed.
Yes.
No, keep going, Ab. Keep going, Ab.
Look, all I'm gonna say is my point is you can take their hand and try to tell them, more about the world, but default status, most people are being misled like you wouldn't believe, unfortunately.
Yeah, bro.
I understand being okay. This is my issue with that.
Hold on, bro. Let us all answer your question first. Like,
okay,
I honestly think brainwashing has a lot to do with it.
Nigga, that's not answering the question.
It is
Are
because
they dumber or are they lazy? Do you think they're dumb to the point they cannot think for themselves?
To get brainwashed, I would think that falls under the category of being dumb.
Okay, so you think they're too dumb to think?
Because you could be dumb. You could necessarily be dumb, not necessarily by choice. And sometimes, you know what I mean?
Life. Yeah, and I'm not. Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying.
Accidental dumb is crazy. Yeah.
No, stop.
Like shit.
So I feel like
ignorant is field, so
I feel like being brainwashed is under the category of just being dumb. I wouldn't say it's necessarily that you're lazy, but let's just say you do go to a college, right? Say you go to an HBCU, right? And at first you were going to the house that you was in. It taught you all about accountability. It taught you that, hey, even though they robbing and killing at the house next door, you shouldn't be doing the same. You know what I mean? You might then go to the HBCU and then come back to your neighborhood and start telling your dad, oh, well, they act like this because it's systematic racism. And now here you are giving excuses. And so you went in there and got indoctrinated by your HBCU. And so I do feel like there's a lot of, especially with schooling, and you see it a lot with our women and shit like that. That's why I feel like there's a lot of, and I just got to be honest. I feel like that's why there's a lot of issues when it comes to the women's rights movement, is because y'all gave the keys to women's rights to men. That's a conversation for a different day. But But I feel like
I think I've been having that conversation all day.
but I feel like go ahead.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, but I do agree with what Craig said. It is brainwashed because Sticks. I'm gonna ask both a question. Sticks, which and nobody interrupt me because the answer is gonna lead to the question. Sticks, I give you $1,000, right? What more what's gonna give you more out of your money in returns? I give you $1,000. Is you gonna put it in the stock market or are you gonna put it in sports betting? What's gonna give you a good return, a reliable return?
Sports betting.
A reliable return?
Yes, sports betting.
Wait,
he said reliable. He didn't say.
Yeah.
What's 5% though? 5% per year? You know what I'm saying?
You got to focus on the key word here, reliable.
Oh,
okay. He said
my
the
bad.
most potential for profit. Then I'm
hold on, both of them.
Wait,
reliable.
Everybody, stop.
They're not
stop and let him talk. Please answer the question, Sticks.
For reliable returns,
yeah, reliable.
The stock market.
Exactly, right? Market. Exactly.
Right.
Well, okay. Now, we all know that sports betting is gambling. Okay, we never met $1 million sports bettor. Okay, we never met $1 million sports.
Hold on.
Wait.
Allow me to introduce you to the amazing hustler.
Let him finish.
There we go.
Wait.
Let him finish, and then you push back afterwards.
You never met $1 million. You never met $1 million sports bettor, but you met a millionaire that's in the stock market. And don't say it's true because our government, the Senates are all in the stock market. None of them is sports betting. That's one. Okay, so that's that. But you do meet a fake guru that tells you he's a sports bettor, that he's $1 million sports bettor. Now you said start the stock market, right? Correct, right? Now, what do they put in these TVs and ads and stuff like that? These celebrities that say, hey, you put $100, we give you $550 to sports bet, right? Right? Okay, but they never do that with the stock market. They never be like, hey, yeah, come to the stock market. But Craig, but Craig, answer my question now. When you go to your job, how many people come to you and tell you about their parlays?
I got more people up there talking about option trading and future trading. Bro, can I be real with you? And I hate to break your heart, but option trading is gambling.
That's gambling, yeah.
Trading.
Talk that talk. Talk that
Craig,
talk,
Craig.
Talk that talk.
Craig. Listen.
Craig,
wait.
No, listen. I'm answering your question. Go ahead.
Wait, Craig. No, because you gotta let me talk. You always do this shit. I didn't say
no,
options. I didn't say options. I say buying shares of a company, a reliable thing that these Senates do. Okay? I didn't say option trading. Okay? Sports betting. Name me a millionaire that does sports betting. Name me them. Exactly.
Drake. I just gave you one. Drake.
Drake.
Drake been taking losses.
No,
that
Drake
nigga has lost millions.
Losses. He lost.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter. He's still a millionaire.
No. Drake was already a millionaire before sports betting. He wouldn't become a million. He wouldn't become a millionaire with his money that he already had.
You got Billy Walters. He's the most famous. Marco D'Angelo. You got a bunch of them. If you just Google that are like pretty popular. But there's a lot of people.
But those are gurus. Those are gurus that never show they never show they fucking big.
No, they're millionaires.
What about Bill Russell, who they'll never let in the Baseball Hall of Fame because he made so much money sports betting?
I should have been a ref in the league. I'd be making money.
What I will say is,
Intel.
I get where you're coming from, Raymond, but like you got to understand that, like, even if you just invest in shares too, you're still gambling. Everything
you're not.
You really. Wait. You really not. Wait. No.
Life is a gamble, nigga.
Wait. That's and that's a fair.
Talk.
And that's a really unfair narrative because if that was the case, Warren Buffett wouldn't be Warren Buffett, Craig.
Listen, okay. So listen, what I'm saying is, the stock that you pick can be a gamble, because when you choose to put your money in and when you choose to take your money out is the gamble. That is the part in which you are gambling.
Okay, but stocks.
Remy, can I ask you something, Remy?
Hold on, Nap. Hold
Sorry.
on. But in the recession, you saying that is gamble, but in the recession, more millionaires came out of the recession into the stock market. But I never heard sports bettor came out of recession in sports betting.
I've heard about sports bettors coming up, bro. I've seen it.
I said in a recession, Craig, not coming up, not in a recession.
Bro, can I be honest with you? You
have to give me proof. You can't just say I heard.
Okay, so yeah. I'm gonna tell you something right now. The top two things right now, because we are in a recession, that young men especially are going towards is option trading and sports betting.
Okay. You keep saying Craig, you keep saying option trade. Take option trading out. I'm talking
even just regular day trading.
No, we just talking.
No, he's talking about like S&P 500. I guess.
Yeah, we're talking about
pull in and pull out.
That's why I said reliable.
Yes, I know, but even that is a gamble within itself, because at the end of the day, you are hoping that a company is doing what they are supposed to help that you make your money back, right?
At the
end of the day, no.
Not only that, you have to invest so much before you actually even start seeing a liquidable return.
That is not true.
Bingo.
If you put $400 in SPY in 2016 and you was to pull out right now.
Now listen, y'all boys got to stop getting on Robinhood.
How much would you have
going on in the stock market? The stock market is bigger than Nino Brown. It's bigger than Robinhood.
How much did the 400 turn into?
Hold on.
S&P 500 is at 660, going to 670 right now.
Yeah.
Well, back in 2016, it was like 300, maybe 4.
Okay.
So if you put 400, how much would you walk away with?
Like more than a 50% profit.
50% in how many years? That's a long time, though, ain't it?
Okay, but that's the
nigga.
Okay,
what is a long time? 9 years.
Yeah, what is a long time?
50%.
What is a long time? Because that's the same thing as a Social Security check.
So if you have $400, 9 years later, you got $600. Now you got $600.
No, that's not.
That's
also, listen.
I'd rather put
Greg, stop saying options, bro. Stop fucking saying options.
Okay, I'm not even talking about options. I'm talking about regular share trading, bro. Regular just buying shares and shit like that. What you are doing essentially is, and I talked to y'all about this on one-on-one when we was in a group chat. What y'all are basically doing is y'all are hoping and putting y'all money on the backs of another nigga to do his job, to make y'all some money. That is gambling, my nigga. What do y'all think y'all doing? Hold on. Wait, Ramy. Wait. Because you've been talking, and it's time for somebody else to talk. Like, what do you think you doing when you are betting on a fucking racehorse? You putting money on another nigga to do his job to make sure you make your fucking money. What do you think you doing when you put money into a fucking stock portfolio or wherever the fuck you put it? You are putting money on and hoping that a CEO does his motherfucking job so you get your bread. That's gambling, nigga. That is the equivalent of what you are doing with horses. And
okay, you're done yelling like Chopper now? Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Correct. Then if you put it like that, then correct, then a job is betting, then you betting on a job too. Because you're betting
exactly, and if you're an entrepreneur, you're betting on yourself. It's all gambling.
Wait.
And I just looked at let me cook him, Raymond. Let me cook him.
No. I want to cook him first. I want to cook him first.
Why was at $209? It's now at $670. That is
so
over 300% increase in the span of 9 years.
And wait,
y'all niggas talking
300%.
You want to brag about making $800 in a span of 9 years?
But that's the thing.
So 1,000 to 3,000.
Okay, but that's the thing. You guys,
but my investments is in crypto, so I believe in gambling too.
Okay, all right, okay. Let me finish talking. Okay,
This
Mr.
nigga, he's
Crypto,
bugging.
Mr. Crypto Guru. First of all, you guys keep saying,
I'm not a
"Wow,
guru.
you're gonna put $100."
Hold on,
That's
hold on,
not.
hold on, hold on.
No,
Hold on.
OG,
We're
let
not
me
gonna
finish
do
talking.
no
Wait,
ad
let me finish
hominem.
talking. Let me finish
We ain't
talking.
gonna do
You
no
can't.
ad hominem.
You can't.
All
True.
I'm
Hey,
saying.
very true. Very true. Thank you, OG. No ad hominems. I'm not attacking y'all like that, so don't do that to me.
I don't know who's doing that, but
You
Which ass so crazy.
okay, all right. You
hey,
can't.
straight
You
up.
guys can't keep
You
saying, "Oh
mature.
wow, put $500 and put $500 instead. You're only gonna get $600 back." That's not how that shit works. The more money you put in, the more money's out. That's why they call it compound interest. Okay, the same way when you lose it in sports betting, you keep putting money up, hoping that shit goes up, hoping that shit can continue. Okay, if you calculate how much money you put in sports betting, win or lose, you will see that you could have just put that whole shit into the stock market. The same thing. Like I said, you guys keep saying, "Oh yeah, there
No,
is
that's not true.
wait,
that's,
Craig, no, Craig, let me talk because I'll let you talk. Stop that, Chopper, please stop. Now,
bro,
Craig, like I
first
said,
off,
It's ad
first off,
hominem.
okay,
Did he
you're
call you
not here to
chocolate?
defend yourself, so you
okay,
gotta stop it,
okay.
bro.
But
You
like I
gotta stop
said,
that.
no,
You're not
because
here,
you
here
you
to
do that
defend
all the
yourself.
time. You gotta let
Stop
people
that.
talk, bro. You do that all the time. Let people talk, bro, and then you can
Bro, I'm
talk.
letting you talk, but you
No, you're
gotta
not. You just no,
understand,
you're
bro.
not. You're
You
not. You
talking
said you
so much,
no,
bro.
you're not.
You
You said
talking
back.
so much that you're not
You
letting
sit
people
back. You
respond.
sit back.
That's
And then you
insane.
start yapping.
Hey, both y'all need
You
to stop. Both y'all need to
yeah,
stop.
like
Focus,
dude, you
focus.
sit back and then you start
Rainy,
coming over
hold
to me
on, hold
like
on, Rainy.
this.
No
Like
more
stop it.
shots at that nigga. Say what you gotta say so
All right,
everybody
Yeah,
that's
can
what I'm
bro,
trying
you
to
respond to what
do.
you
talking
gotta
so
say.
much, you're not letting
Right.
people respond.
Okay, nigga, this is the whole thing about your show. You gotta let people talk.
Ah,
Genius.
Lord.
People
Fuck.
also have to respond.
Okay, okay. Anybody? Okay, go ahead. People respond because he's gonna keep saying it. So go ahead.
Well, Craig,
Now
you
I
go.
gotta
I'm go
agree with
after you.
Craig. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
I gotta agree with Craig, Raymond. You done gave us a lot of points, but you're not letting even the entire panel respond. You're letting one person respond, and then you're pushing to some all new points. Let
Yeah.
multiple people attack some of this bullshit because you saying some bullshit, and I think you need to let more of us attack this shit that you saying. Go ahead, Craig. Get your shit off.
No, I just want everybody to be able to say and respond, bro. Like that's
Okay.
it.
I'm trying
I
to,
got a
but
question,
like I said,
Remy. I got a question for you, Remy.
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you familiar with seed A like funding for a stock?
See, they funny. I heard about it, but I don't tap into that one.
All right, so I don't know what. Let's say Uber, right? I don't know what it is. Let's say it's $100 right now. At one point, it was very, very low, $1 per stock, right? And they put it into seed A funding, and they go get investors. Do you know what's required to buy it at that level?
How much is required?
You have to have $1 million liquid to your name to be able to purchase it. So the irony of that is the poor people
Talk
that can
that talk
actually
now. Talk
that can
that talk
actually afford
now.
it when it's dirt cheap are not allowed to buy it. Only rich people can buy it at dirt cheap prices. What's up with that?
Okay. One thing, like I said, that's being misinformed. You have these now. You have brokers now that
Hold
allow
on,
you
real quick.
to.
Hold on, real quick. Do you have to have $1 million to put $1,000 on black?
No, you don't.
Like that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. And this is why I said you guys are misinformed. You don't. First of all, you could buy Uber. That's crazy what you just said, OG. But
You can. I'm talking about something
I'm so
separate.
bullshit.
I'm just saying.
No,
Is that fair though? That's fucked up, ain't it?
No, but Nav, I'm not saying not talking to you. But anyways, no,
Oh.
but Nav, you have brokerage now that you could just literally get like if the Uber costs $1, you could literally just purchase that out of your own check from another brokerage. They allow
No,
you.
we're locked out. We're locked out from that, right?
No, you're not like that. That's why I literally just said it. You have other brokers out there that allow you to buy the share just for $1. If it's $1, they
Okay,
allow
very
you to
well.
do it.
Okay.
No,
Thank you. I
okay.
didn't
I
know.
think the disconnect, what you're not understanding, Raimi, is when the stock is at $1. The only way to buy shares is in purchases of 50 or 100,000. You're buying
Yep.
100,000 shares at some time. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
No, that
even Robinhood, all you're doing is fractionally buying a share. Somebody at Robinhood has 1% of a share, and he's just selling little bits and pieces and letting y'all play around with it. That's
okay.
all he's doing. Okay. I think
Do you mind if I respond to Brazy afterwards, Raymond?
Just let me answer this. Let me answer this question, and then you can do whatever you want. But OG, like I said, you keep saying this $1 million. No, you don't. Let's say, like I said, your job pays. Let's say your job gives you $500. All you have to literally do is put the $500 there every time you get a paycheck, okay? And then it compound interest. It plays out. Okay, this is the thing that they teach you in school. You need to have $1 million to be in the stock market, and that's not true. That's not true.
That's something. Okay. Yes, my bad.
Yeah, that's not.
Your
that's
job
not
gives you $500. Typically, you're spending $350 on bills. You got enough. That's what
OG,
then you got
OG.
$150.
No, OG. I'm not
you're
saying
saying put that $150 in the stock market. That's what I'm saying. You're being disingenuous.
No, OG.
No, he's right though. No, it's okay.
OG, I'm just saying, whatever capital you have, I'm just giving an example. I'm just saying, whatever capital you have.
And that's what we say, that $30, $40 stock investment.
What does the average person have? Yeah, Ramy. Ramy, what does the average person have to put towards stocks? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, if you just put $20 or even $5 a day, and don't tell me, oh no, a person don't have $25 a day. Yes, you guys do, because I see you guys spend it on backwoods.
Black on black violence.
You know what, Craig? Have your show. Have your show.
No, please.
Have your show, bro. Have your show. I'm done, dude. I'm done. I can't repeat myself here. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, bro, like, I'm really trying to make.
Let's get back to the topic. You're right. Let's get back to the topic. That's crazy.
I'm really trying to make a connect, bro. Like, I get what y'all saying and everything. But like,
we done progressed past
this
it.
ain't. I'm like, bro, y'all see the title?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Y'all picking on Dennis right here. You know what I mean? To his face, like that's fucked up.
No, I don't think nobody's picking on him. I ain't saying anything towards Dennis.
No, we can't hear you, Dennis.
I mean, come on, bro. Like we know that Dennis.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Dennis likes the sports bet, and you guys are debating the.
I didn't look at it like
semantics of sports betting. Like,
no,
come on,
because it shouldn't. Most people can't do it professionally, or you end up broke.
That's most likely.
Ironically,
the point I get is your better chance of stock market than sports betting. It's lower risk.
Yeah.
I
think more fun.
So I like that comment that Brazy said. She said, "A wise man once told me, pay yourself first."
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good quote, because the money that you start on your own is the money that you keep in your pocket.
Yep.
Okay. But
so I just want to kind of answer. We're gonna circle back to the topic, but I wanted to answer Brazy's question for the sake of, because I want to connect with the chat too. She's like, you can look at it as gambling, but at a long haul gambling. So I see gambling in different forms. Like I think Stick said it best. Everything you do in life is a gamble. You're just gambling on different levels, and it's different forms of acceptable gambling. So I feel like, and Ramy, Sticks, we all are trying to better ourselves when it comes to moving forward in life. That's the main reason why we stay in the group chat, actively talking about stocks, actively talking about different ways of investing. I think I'm the big proponent in our group, and I can honestly say this, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I would say I'm the biggest proponent of directly taking your bread and putting it on yourself, i.e. starting a business, starting something that you could control, that you can manipulate. That I think that's the best gamble that anybody can take, because you still good. But when it comes to other people in the group, they might see, hey, buying stock shares is the best way to gamble and best way to grow your future. For Sticks, his is buying stock options is the best way to gamble and grow his future. But I feel like everything you do in life is literally a gamble. It's just different ways of going about it. So for me, I feel like the best way to go is you gamble on yourself. You put your bread directly on yourself, and you create value. Because I showed Raymond.
I get some pushback.
Yeah, go ahead. I remember one day.
Everything in life ain't a gamble. Everything in life ain't a gamble. If you eat Taco Bell, you know you're gonna have to poop. If you work, you know you're gonna get paid. It's stuff that's set in stone in life. People gotta stop acting like life is. People gotta stop acting like life is this chaotic thing that nobody knows how to make it through the other side of. It's some set in stone ways to get to the other side.
I mean, how is that, OG? Because like you're from a different era. You're established. You have this like lifelong career. You probably get benefits, all this stuff. When us in our 30s, and I'm just like being general. Most of us are in our 30s. Our life is shit. We have to pay for to get an apartment. We have to pay for an application fee, another fee. Then we have to prove 4 times our income to even get an apartment. So tell me why your life is not easier than mine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you grew up in a different era with different rules. We're growing up in an era where it's hard.
Damn, I gotta agree with Craig. It's just making excuses. My life isn't easier. I'm just on the other side. I endure it. You have to endure to make it to the other side. There is no easy way. There is no shortcut. You just have to endure and keep doing the same thing over and over. And that's the hard part. Y'all
That's
want
right,
this
OJ.
fantasy. Things are changing. Things are always exciting. Life is a repeat, mundane thing. And you find the joy and excitement in the little things that stand out.
So my question is, how do you compare our lifestyle to yours? Like, you know what I mean? Is there a discussion even to be had? Because like our
I
discussion,
don't
our
compare.
struggle is a little bit different than your struggle. So how do you compare that to like modern society? Because like obviously we're going
You're
through
acting
something
like
a
I'm
little bit different.
60. I'm 43. I'm only like 10 years older than most of y'all. I'm not. I'm
Exactly.
not.
So how do
I'm
you
not. I'm not. I
how do
wasn't
you
there.
compare
You're
that
acting like I was
lifestyle?
there when they made the wheel.
So how do you compare that lifestyle to our
I think,
lifestyle?
you know what it is? I think your generation just gives up a little faster. A lot faster. Y'all just give up. This didn't go my way, I give up. This didn't work out, I'll never do it again.
I agree.
You think
I agree.
you think
I
you
agree.
think you're gonna
I agree.
win every sports bet? You think every stock is gonna pay off? You think every customer you get at your business is gonna be a good customer?
No, I actually totally agree because I mean I don't see a lot of progress in today's society. Like there's not enough young men that are willing to put in the hard work. I see a lot of pussyfooting around. I see a lot of people acting, saying a lot of things online, and then reverting back to old ways. And go ahead. I'm
No,
back.
I was gonna let you finish, but I was gonna say I thought you was gonna finish, but I was gonna say I agree. Wait, okay, OG, when you said our generation is they give up fast and stuff like that, it's true to a certain extent. With driving wealth, he does have a point. Your time, OG, a guy could work 2 jobs, right? And he's gonna get far. He's gonna get far because a house back then was like you could get a house for like $70,000, $50,000. You can get a used car for like $5,000. You can get a brand new car for $18,000. You understand? Now with this young generation,
That's still
you
true. That's
wait,
still
wait,
true. You can still get a car for $18,000. Some of
yeah,
these high
yeah, a
price cars
lemon,
y'all are getting.
yeah, you're gonna get a messed up car with 2,000 miles on it. Yeah, you're right, OG. You definitely right. And somebody will buy a lemon. You're right. You're definitely right, OG. But yeah, but that doesn't make it. But like I said, back then, in your generation, I seen you guys bought Mercedes Benz off the lot because it was like it was nothing to buy Mercedes Benz out the lot back then. You understand? Housing was affordable, food, grocery shopping, dude. Apartments was like 700 to less than at that time. Now you have a young dude now, and I seen this with my own eyes. You got
I'm not gonna lie,
men
that
out
was a magical time. But you gotta remember that was
okay,
2001. That was
okay,
2001. You act like
okay.
it was so long ago.
Yes, and that's exactly. But still, what Driving Wealth is trying to say is it's not your generation. It would take a lot for somebody to give up. But this generation, I mean, the odds is stacked against them. They have to work 2 jobs and work for managers and work for a company that don't give a fuck about them. Okay, you talking
Hold
about
on. Are you making excuses for giving up? Are you
no,
advocating quitting?
OG. You know, listen, you're not
No,
trying to.
we have the biggest struggle in U.S. history. This is
Yes,
the hardest time for anybody who is in their mid-30s to even own anything. Like the interest rates on insurance, the interest rates since COVID, the housing market has shifted to where even landlords are upping the price, and they don't give a fuck because they're mad about COVID, so they're trying to make that money up. So we
and
have the hardest time. There's no point right now that somebody in their mid 35 can even afford a house right now, when back, even 20 years ago, that was something that you could do.
and yes, and then like I said, OG, it's not about. Like I said, I'm not telling nobody to give up. Of course, I don't believe in giving up, but like I said, OG, it's the odds are stacked against them. OG, back in your day, a young man could fall flat in his face, right? And somebody will be there to lift him up. Somebody will be like, "Hey, bro, keep going. You understand? Keep giving it another try." You understand? Now in our generation, somebody down in their ass, they're gonna pull their phone out, they're gonna laugh, and they're gonna call you broke. That's like I said,
Yeah.
and it discourages a man. It discourages a man or a female, and be like, why even try anymore? Why even try? Because every time I get to the ladder, they pull me back. OG, we had a bunch of presidents. Our economy wasn't that it wasn't bad like it is now. Now you got a whole bunch of presidents. Now look at the presidents we have now. Yeah, the door is open. Hold on. We got the president. Give me a minute, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of shit has changed, and like it's unconceivable to think that, compared to what OG's standards were back in the day, and then our presidents now, and really like the real like numbers, it takes 4 years for a president, like anything that he's signing into law actually take effect 4 years later. So it takes a lot of time. So you know what I mean? A lot of presidents have fucked this up.
Hold on.
My bad. Did I do something? We good.
No, you good. No, I'm just letting y'all go at it right now. I'm doing like crowd work.
Okay. I thought there was a delay in the fucking connection.
No, I'm just doing crowd work. I think Rain be coming right back. But Sticks.
No, but like shit. I forgot what I was saying. Dennis, you're next. Go ahead.
Can't hear you, buddy.
You're
Can't
on
hear
mute.
buddy.
You guys drifted off to something that I can't understand. All I'm gonna say is that we have to stop making excuses for men that you gotta remember, this country now for black folks, they're trying to set up everything to make us feel like we're not bums, we're not messing up for the choices we're making. And like I said, until we as a community stop allowing them to like baby us, I mean, we're gonna be down bad. Because right now, We got all the resources and the opportunity to, do anything. We're just choosing not to do it. We're choosing, to like be lazy. We're choosing not to save money. It's just all these choices that, for example, right now, the money I'm making now, the only reason why it matters is because I'm saving money. I'm actually paying things need to be paid, my bills. Prior to this, I was just doing ignorant inward stuff. So it's kind of like you can't blame anybody but yourself. You got to just do better. And I just think, and this is kind of my last point on the whole black issue. I think that until we get to a point that we stop allowing the whites to like, pacify um, our situation, which is why Democrats, they make a point of saying a lot of men are going to go without health insurance without this bill being passed. I'm sorry, if you're an able-bodied man and you don't work, you shouldn't have health insurance. You should just die. Because I mean, at this point, like, what are you doing? Like, I should have rolled over and just croaked. Because I mean, what purpose am I serving on this planet? And I think we need to get back to that point. Not literally die, but I just think we need to get back to the point of starts with black men. Black men understanding we got to do what we got to do to fix our community, and we got to make the hard sacrifices. And I know I said a whole bunch of nothing. Like,
I mean, do you think that like you're part of the problem, like with
like
the situation right now, and do you think that you're part of the? Do you think you're part of the problem right now, like showing your lifestyle on YouTube, and like how does that affect the black community specifically?
No,
I need that.
So that's actually a good question.
No,
I don't actually think I'm the
dirty
problem.
Mouth. He's the He's the inspiration.
No.
He's
Hold
showing
on,
us it's possible.
Hold on, before I lose my train of thought here. No, I'm not the problem because you got to understand. See, what I'm doing is what we're all going to be. Most people are going to be doing in about 10 years because AI is taking jobs, as I told y'all 3 years ago, and everybody was like, "Oh, you're not gonna have AI taking Uber or self-driving cars taking Uber and DoorDash offers." It's gone. It's done, and that's what's happening overall with everything. They have robots that's going to be out in about 5 years doing construction work. They already got them in China. The whole point of the matter is we got to evolve. I'm evolving because guess what? This guy right here has no formal education, like no college, no nothing. I have no skill in reality other than throwing parties, entertaining in my way. It might only be good to me, but and then sports betting, and then buying and selling. That's all I know how to do. So the stuff I talk about on YouTube are things that not just black people, all people can learn from and do, because we all have to figure out something. They're gonna have basic universal basic income eventually because there's not gonna be enough jobs.
So I challenge you though to like further that challenge and actually like invest in something. You know what I mean? Because I tell my girl all the time, like you need to have a credit card. Like that is something that you need because that's emergency money. That's something that you absolutely need. And I don't see any people having credit cards and things like that in the black community. It's just non-existent. We don't talk about it. But it's something that the conversation has to have. You know what I mean? We need, like, you need that. If you're
that's that white devil teaching. Your money
Yeah, no, yeah.
no.
Give
No,
it to us,
you need that.
and your money
No,
is safe.
no.
Did you hear what he said?
No,
You know what,
no.
OG,
You
can
know
I,
what most
OG, can I
people
respond to
use
that
for
last?
emergency
OG,
money?
no, no.
Emergency money. They have
OG.
extra money. That's what emergency money is. It's not some
Bro.
other median. I can't believe you're falling.
What are you talking about? The average American doesn't even have $500 in their fucking bank account. Like, they can't even cover a fucking accident that happens 2 days from now. And you're talking about like, oh yeah, it's all good. No. I guarantee, like, you're still smoking on the Pall Malls, still drinking the liquor that you bought at the store, still fucking going off the food stamps, lying to the government, doing that shit.
Ain't no food stamp. Second is Jello shots because I got class. Third,
come on, OG. We know what you drinking on. We know what you're drinking on, bro. You getting a little pack, last you the week through your little, you know what I mean?
What's wrong
Camp
with you?
job, like, come on.
Why are you having such a bad day and trying to take your anger out on black people? You got to start looking in the mirror and questioning yourself.
I don't even see you as a black person. I see you as a human, bro.
What I'm talking about? How white
What are you
liberals
talking
are
about?
worse for the community than black on black violence. DTW is the shocking example of that.
So I wouldn't say that he's as bad.
Can you mute his mic?
Oh yeah, my bad. I would say more so on a large level because we got to start making closing statements. We got to get ready to wrap it up, man. We might have to do a part two. Yeah, part 2 next week. But right now I would personally say the black on black violence, I feel like it's a easy thing to attack and stay upset about if you aren't looking at a huger problem. But it is a problem that needs to be attacked directly and immediately, because you won't be able to have a path to the harder problem, which is the false allies and that pretend to want to help us. You will never have because I think the goal in life is to find the smoothest path to victory. And if you have obstacles that are all in your face that is stopping you from getting to victory, how will you ever get to victory? So I feel like the biggest obstacle that's stopping us and holding us back from getting to our victory is black on black violence. But the final obstacle and the final goal would be white liberals. So that being said, I do feel like we do need to do more to police ourselves and to have more accountability. I think we need more conversations like this where we did not have to give black communities excuses, but we kind of looked more to find solutions and to come up with different ways in which we could maybe go about ourselves and start spreading better messages so that we don't have to always divert to different excuses and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to save us. We got to save ourselves. No other community is out there worried about somebody else saving their community. Hispanic people aren't looking for white people to save them. White people aren't looking for Asians to save them. Asians aren't looking for black people to save them. Black people are the only people that are out here looking for other people and to save them and stuff like that. At the end of the day, the only thing that's going to help us is us. We can't be looking for reparations or none of that shit. The only thing that's going to help us is us. More accountability in our neighborhoods and our mothers as well. That's my closing statement. Y'all can say y'all's, keep it to 3 minutes apiece though.
All I'm going to say is I think that white people are necessary, because without white people, you would literally have violence. We got to have a certain amount of white people around, black people. So white liberals do serve a purpose because, to keep the violence down. But otherwise, I think that until, once again, we allow for people like me to have conversations instead of thugs and losers, I think we're okay. And last thing too, also ultimately driving, what I'm doing is safe, technically legal. Sports betting, YouTube, all this stuff I'm showing black people to do, and don't do crime. I think that I'm necessary. But in the meantime, I could be better, do better, which is what I'm trying to do. Which with me keeping this job instead of just going all out sports betting, I still have a job. And that's the biggest thing. I have a job. I was a dude just going through life being the dustiest of black men. Now I'm actually being productive. So that's pretty much all I got to say about that. You do a part 2, I will be here.
If this video gets 15 likes between now and tomorrow, then yeah, we'll definitely do a part 2 for sure. But But no, I just want to say I appreciate you for coming in, giving me your piece for sure, bro. You're real. I really do mean that.
Definitely. Can I tell y'all one little thing? It'll just take 30 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not a flex. I'm not gonna show y'all because I'm not gonna show y'all my screen because my last 4 digits of bank account on here. But this is probably the first time in like 10 years, 12 years of betting that
I appreciate
I've actually had. Yep, me too, OG. This is the first time in like 10 years of me sports betting that I've had my whole paycheck or just a whole lump sum that I had before in the account, not touched. I didn't put it in to double in 10 years. So I want y'all to understand, me personally, those that support and rock with me, my life is getting better because I'm not a degenerate no more. Actually, I'm gonna just so we have proof. Like I just want y'all to understand, welfare came a long way. He was yelling at me a year ago to go get actually not even a year ago, what, in June, go get a job, stop being dusty. A year ago about go get my son. Now my son, he gets anything he wants. My daughter gets anything they want. Everything's perfect. So that's the reason why I'm an advocate now more than ever to black men need to just get back to work. We get back to work, we're good.
I mean, I do think that Craig did start the trend of like, get off your ass and like, you know what I mean, go do something. You know what I mean? Like I seriously think that like Craig was the pioneer of like, go get a job, nigga.
Oh God! He
Oh
just had
wow!
to do
This
that.
nigga got 5 locos. He got the 5 locos.
Yeah, he's drunk, definitely. Dang, you
But
so
like,
I mean, you just had to do that.
nah. But real shit, like Craig started that shit. Craig was the guy to put that shit forward, bro.
You still doing security?
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Good.
bro. I mean that. Listen,
Yep.
my role in life, and listen, I always tell people like, I'm not your friend if I'm not holding you accountable. I'm not really your homeboy if you're not hearing no pushback from me. If you're hearing a bunch of, oh, that's dope, that's cool, then I'm not really fucking with you, and I need y'all to understand that. So I appreciate y'all for that. I appreciate y'all for
Appreciate you having me on here.
saying that, because that's the one thing I am about all accountability. So no, I really do appreciate y'all for saying that. I really do just want the best for everybody that I interact with, even if I ever beef with you on the internet, like just like I started with OG earlier, I was like apologizing and everything, because I really do feel like I want us to get to a place where we could just have more conversations and learn from things and like actually like use each other as resources. You know what I mean? Like, we all in different cities, but like if we could build a community in which, you know, Water Sky might be somewhere else, and like maybe he in Massachusetts or something, but I get so cool with him, you know what I mean, that I could, when I'm in Massachusetts, hit him up and be like, hey bro, I'm in this neighborhood, is this a safe area? You know what I mean? I think that's what people need to get back to, because people stop being okay with just making friends. People stop being okay with just, how can I put it, putting their pride to the side and just learning and like kind of figure out like actually meeting somebody new. People too timid. But I don't know. I'm not trying to yammer.
Are you good? I'm about to
definitely a conversation, bro.
Now. And
I just wanted to apologize. I had to change location. I just left work, but I just wanted to say this was an interesting panel. I didn't expect for me to talk a lot like I did a lot today. So I did really enjoy this one.
No, you good. I appreciate you for pulling up, G.
You don't really talk a lot anyway, so I mean, I enjoyed it.
Damn, shots fired, dog.
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't really talk a lot on here. I enjoyed it. He talked a lot today.
I really don't. I just usually troll. But yeah, today, you know, it was a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? I just wish I could have said about the OG, because that dude is a character, man. He's hard-headed, but he's a character, man.
I mean, the man that holds his tongue, you know, holds his stomach. So
What?
What does that even mean?
I don't know where you landed that plane, bro. I do not know where you landed that plane, bro.
It means the man that can eat can also hold his tongue. So don't say no shit, dog.
I think you probably misworded that thing wrong, man. I think you probably
Bro,
misworded it, bro.
that's that Six Locos kicking in.
Yeah. Nah, my girl got the wrong fucking drink. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm off tonight. Like, you know what I mean? I did 12 hours.
Let me say something real quick.
I did.
I'm glad you and your girl still together, for real, for real. You be a good role model in them children's lives, for real, bro.
Hey, Miss Brazy, I just saw the
Nigga, I
tried, bro.
Dead sleep.
Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Either ways, Miss Brazy, I just saw the message you sent out. I can't type the messages in the chat, my fault. So I sent that shit on one of your posts. Either ways, my closing statement. Craig, you really pussy, and
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, your head shaped like a can of beans, you hoe ass nigga.
You see, that's where you're wrong. My head shaped like a thumb. Your head shaped like the letter fuck no, bitch ass.
Okay.
Either ways, I love you though.
Okay.
No hate. Well, no homo rather. But I think all y'all just did a whole bunch of hyperfixation on this chat, which makes sense. You have your own personal plights and personal experiences. That's what y'all supposed to do. But at the end of the day, you provided space for nuance, but you didn't provide enough space to go as far. I feel like the dialogue was initiated, but progress was not achieved. But that's not a bad thing. At least it was made, right? That's how I feel. And again, it's on the outside looking in, you know, it's outside looking in. Raimi gave a lot of good responses. You gave a lot of good responses yourself as well, Craig. Same with OG, Nav, DTW. I don't know when you came in, but listen, Craig will tell you this. I'll be falling in and out of sleep during these chats. So you probably did say some important, intelligent shit, and I probably ain't catch it on time. But my fault if I ain't do it. My fault. That's on me. Amazing hustler. If nothing else, you are a character, and I appreciate that shit. So I feel like real shit. It's a lot more than just our personal experiences. That's why I don't like to bring up how I feel or what I have seen whenever we have these conversations, because it's not the benchmark of most people's experiences. But that doesn't mean it's.
I want to know what the topic is for next week is, because we bringing the ladies back. Y'all know what y'all want to know what the topic
I was in a sausage fest today, bro. I had to keep saying my name every time I woke up.
I mean, for the most part, I know a lot of black women
here is Miss Brazy, and she's in a fucking chat.
Lady that was gonna pull up. She had car problems, and I believe her. So let's not question her, but I believe her. Like, and I think she gonna come to the next one for sure. But I think the next topic for next week should be prenups. Prenups.
All right.
Why the fuck?
Do you want me to send them home? Yeah.
You enjoy sausages? What that mean? What's that? Somebody highlight that. What that mean? You talking Boudin? Country boy? Like,
shoot! I think she wants your sausages. She's like, I think she likes your haircut.
Oh, Brazy already ready, bro. Listen. We talking about prenups.
Before we get on, she want Craig's sausage.
Mind you, Brazy, you need to see how Uchi looks before you do these things. Just put it in there.
Yeah, I'm saying I already told. I've said it here before. I told you, Miss Brazy, I'm ugly. You said no.
Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture of what he looked like. Let me see. Hold on.
Hey, my nigga, do not do that.
Shit.
The fuck are you doing?
Oh,
About to
shit.
dox me? This nigga cannot be serious, bro. Hey, no cap. If you do that, I will drive right to your crib, and we're gonna have to squat.
Yeah, you driving to Canada, my nigga.
Nigga is wild. Talking about you want to put my picture on my boy smoking dick.
Hold on. I'm not putting your picture online. You think I'm rank? You think I'm gonna send your shit to some scammers?
Oh shit, that's crazy.
DHL.
Man said he home.
Hold on.
That's wild business.
All right, I'm about to put him on screen. You ready?
Miss Grace, you should follow me on Instagram.
I'm about to put him on screen.
Do not put my picture.
Oh fuck!
He about to do some bullshit.
It's about to get crazy.
He about to put. Is it a racist picture?
Did you know the Green Goblin? The Hobgoblin was a new villain in
Hobgoblin
Man comics in the 1980s, and his true
Yeah, that nigga look like the Hobgoblin in real life.
What the fuck?
He doesn't look like that, Miss Brazy. He really doesn't look like that, Miss Brazy.
The nigga look like
crazy.
The nigga look like Hobgoblin.
No lie, look like my picture, but with a low fade. That's it.
Okay, so
This looks like a fucking cartoon character, dog. Like what the fuck?
But hold on, before Trey, before you say anything, because I'm gonna have to leave. But I just wanted to say thank you for having me, and it was a good discussion. And peace out, everybody, especially the chat, all that, man. For real.
Yep, catch you later.
Sticks look like Sticks look like Geodude in the face. If you know, you know. But
you look like you pieced it down, Craig.
All right, ho.
Bitch ass nigga.
Geodude in the face ass nigga. Anyway,
you look like skinny academics.
Yeah.
Anyways, listen.
What you want, Amazing Hustler? What this man?
Listen, you see Amazing Hustler trying to troll me right now.
Yeah.
He already know what time it is. He can't wait. That's why he doing it. He can't wait, bro.
Said I look like Sean Wayne,
bro. This nigga cannot wait, bro. He can't wait for the closeout, bro.
All right, go ahead and get your closeout in.
He can't wait. Remember, listen, it ain't too late, chat. Again, if we hit 15 likes between now and tomorrow, yeah, I'll go live again tomorrow, and I'll actually show y'all a full detail, top to bottom. Top to bottom. I'll show y'all the whole game. It's gonna be on my car because I ain't trying to show y'all none of my clients, but yeah, top to bottom. So if that's something y'all want to see, y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. I appreciate everybody for coming in. Hold on. I'm not doing it right. Hold on. Hold on. We in there. All right, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, you muted.
Yeah, we
All right, bet.
Yeah,
all
we
right.
hear you.
So I appreciate y'all for coming out. Like I said, if y'all get this video up to 15 likes, we in there. Hey, Water Sky said Chopper got to twerk something, get that music career popping. Whoa, what the fuck? Anyways, listen.
Damn.
Thank all y'all for coming through. Thank you, Driving the Wheel. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sticks. I appreciate you. You already know Drive the Amazing Hustler. I appreciate you. But yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Hold on. Y'all know what it is. Let me do it right. Oh, with the lights too. Come on. Nah, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for putting up. Make sure y'all like it, subscribe, bro. Like it, put this back in the algorithm. Like, thank you so much. Y'all already know how we do. Let that people subscribe, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Have a good night.